From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week in NintenDomain, we finally got our year in review. It's here, and now it will speak to us the truth of what our actual Game of the Year lists were. Let's find out if we were wrong or not, depending on Nintendo and what they say. And we're going to make some predictions for 2026.
Oh, wait, I forgot they made an anime of this. Now I'm going to watch that.
I really like Leica.
To NintenDomain Podcast, episode 503. This is our first new episode of 2026. Last week was our big behemoth of an episode where we did our top 10 best games, but this is our first look into the future episode that we got going on here, where we'll talk about games we're excited about and what Nintendo said about what we did with our Switches. But we are your hosts. I'm Trey Ocean Devotion Johnson.
I'm Jeremy. Don't know what to get him as a gift. Get him a fruit ball, Mikowski.
I'm John Double Docker Knitter.
Yeah, you got two now. We'll talk about
It's a lot of pants.
So, as we said, Nintendo finally sent in the year in review. So I figured we would start with that on the show. And we could just talk about, what we learned from it. And see how much we lied about our top 10 lists. Because Nintendo, they will actually tell you what you really did. I think it was kind of what I predicted from what I could see of yours, but I guess you guys could just talk about your own on your own when you get there. Yeah, I was convinced that we were not even going to get it because it just took so long to come here.
I think that they held off really because I kind of joked about it in the Slack. It's like they want to do a Blue Ocean thing with their year in reviews because everybody does theirs in December and Nintendo just wants to be different.
Well, what Nintendo wanted to do, they didn't want to be different. They wanted to be correct because it bothers me that people do their Game of the Year stuff when the year isn't over yet. We need to wait. We need to be like the Oscars and wait until the year is over and then talk about it.
I would agree.
Not in the middle, not in the fucking middle. It's not in the middle, but still not at the beginning of December. We still have a whole nother month. And some of us need some off time to figure out our lists. That's why we take a break for 2 weeks and then come back and talk about whatever we got. But yeah, no, I like it much better like this. You could say they stole it from us because we've always waited till the next year to talk about it. So yeah, Nintendo they were inspired by NintenDomain.
They're our number one Patreon. You're right.
Or I'm their number one patron. So send them money. So my stats right off the top here. It says I played 130 games. That seems like a lot. I don't think I played that much. But it's where did I get those from? I mostly, I felt like I hunkered down last year. I tried to play what I actually had and didn't spend a lot of money on sales that I'd never play.
I wonder if you did like me and you tried out a lot of stuff to see if it looked different on the Switch too.
Oh, actually, I did do that. I did do that when I got the Switch too. I played a lot of games that, just looking for, because I think our first probably first month of episodes was talking about stuff that ran better on Switch 2 that were Switch 1 games because that was what I was most interested in when that happened. So, yeah, you're right. I probably re-downloaded a lot of older stuff just to see the difference in it and all that. And also, I did play the Metal Gear Solid collection, where each of the games all count as a separate game because it's not all in one thing. They're all separate. So
right, and the bonus content is a separate thing. Yeah,
it gives a little bit extra there, I guess. But yeah, 130 games, 1,190 hours. So there you go. That's pretty high. I mean, that's some of it is the videos that I play in the background for this episode. So maybe it's a little inflated for that, but. In my top 3 games, no real surprise for anybody who listens to the show, but my number 1 most played game of the year was Xenoblade Chronicles X with 108 hours. My number 2 is Trails in the Sky First Chapter with 65 hours, which is actually 75 hours because they don't count the 10-hour free demo. So I actually put 75 hours into that game and not 65. And number 3 is Yakuza Kiwami 2 with 63 hours. Those are my top 3 games.
Where do they stand on your list?
Oh, it's almost, well, it's 1 and 2 and 6. So it's close. It's not 1, 2, 3, but no, there's 1 and 2, and Kiwami is 6. And this is what confuses me every time, is the genre breakdown, because this says that I am into action games, even though, like, it's like all RPG stuff here. It's like...
That surprised me, too. I saw in yours that it was action games. Oh, all right. Fellow action game lover.
It's like, okay, you played Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is like a hard-ass, a hard JRPG, and you love action games. What? Okay. I think they're just confused because Pokemon has action combat now, and so does Xenoblade, so that makes it an action game. I don't think so. I think it's an RPG because they only gave me like 15% role playing.
I think
what the hell, man?
They certainly go straight off of however they categorize the game on the Nintendo store.
Yeah, which I think is wrong most of the time.
Some of those are wrong. Like they're really general. I saw one today as I was preparing the outline. So that's like a puzzle platformer, but they called it an action game. I think action is like a broad catch-all for a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, I think they call everything action games. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I just felt, I was like, I don't know. I don't really agree with that, especially since there's a lot of RPG stuff in my game of the year list. But whatever. Yeah, 41% action, and then a whole bunch of other ones. 7% racing. What? And like 11% shooting. Like, I don't know. So my months are fairly high-ish. I think the lowest one I had was February with 60 hours. My highest amount of playtime was July with 127 hours. I'm sure ours is all going to be the same for that one. But what I thought was interesting was like the month breakdown, like I said, to show the truth of your list, and let you know if maybe you said you didn't include something and it has a high play value or whatever. I thought it'd be interesting to go through.
Sure.
So beginning of the year, my number 1 game of January was Mario Party Jamboree. That just came out the year before, so that's the one I played the most. It says I got 22 hours on that. February was Turbo Overkill, that first-person shooter game, which I thought about putting on my list, but it just had that one part that didn't run very well in it, and I couldn't progress because of it. So that kind of like put a damper on it. And then for March and April is Xenoblade Chronicles X. That ruled over 2 months there, where I played 60 hours in April and I played 44 hours in March. And then May, the crowning game of that one was Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which I thought about putting that on my list too. But most of those games I've already played, so that's why I didn't. I kind of was going for stuff that was newer experiences to me, so I didn't put it on there. But I do like that game a lot. And for June, of course, my number 1 game was Mario Kart World with 34 hours, because, not to mention, Jess played it also when I was working, so we had 2 people on it there. And July, Donkey Kong Bonanza, 47 hours. August, UFO 50, 22 hours, my number 10. September, Star Wars Outlaws, 37 hours, my number 7. And who do you think won October with all of where I got like 6 games or whatever in October? It was a game that wasn't even released in October. It was Trails in the Sky First Chapter, which actually came out in the end of September. But yeah, that was the one that won October with 40 hours, and November is an easy one because November was Yakuza Kiwami 2, 52 hours. And December, of course, what was the December one? Our number 2 game.
Metroid Prime.
Yep, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Elf Bowling.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what was the Crossroads?
There's a couple games missing from my list in there that didn't make an appearance, like Persona Reloaded. Persona 3 Reload is not on there. Sonic Racing Crossworlds didn't make it, I guess. Couldn't compete with the other ones. I might have gotten that around the October time too. So it just couldn't rise above the ranks at that time. But I think there. Oh yeah, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest not in there either. You did not see Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remix either. So remake. So there were some no shows from the list, but it's pretty accurate for the most part. It got like 70% of the games on there. So there you go. And let's see, is there any? I don't know if there's anything else on here. I don't think so. That's good.
I can go next. So it was 66 games and 524 hours, which is a little bit on the lighter side, I think, compared to other years.
I think that's the amount of time that Jeremy put into UFO 50 alone, right?
Yeah.
Not far from it.
My tops were Tears of the Kingdom at 140, Donkey Kong at 76, and UFO 50 at 69. And then action was my favorite genre. And
I'm guessing we all got action, probably.
I think so.
Since it's such a broad, like you're saying, since it's such a broad thing.
Followed by adventure with 33%, racing at 12%, which is entirely
that was
and a little bit of Mario Kart as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was Wreckfest.
Yeah, mostly Wreckfest. Yeah, motorsports. One's called. Wait, there's racing and then there's motorsports.
Yeah, what's the difference?
What is the difference? Yeah,
I guess Wreckfest must qualify for both of them, right?
I guess so. And yeah, motorsports and extreme sports. I think that's all Wreckfest there.
Well, I would think Tony Hawk would fall in extreme sports, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see the months. Let's see. We have January 49 hours, February 43, March 56, then a total dive in April down to 4, and in May less than 1 hour. I forget what I was doing.
Well, you did. You completely stopped playing video games in anticipation of Switch 2. I know we had to get creative with the episodes there because I had to try to get you to talk about something because you were just rebelling against playing video games for 2 months.
I don't know what I was doing. I forget.
No, you just didn't want to play your Switch because you said that everything you wanted to play. I mean, you wanted to play the Switch 2 version of Hitman and Tears of the Kingdom, so those were the 2 games you were playing. So you just stopped playing games.
I did. Then June bounced right back to 43. July 89. What happened in July? Gee, I don't know. It was
that was the
Donkey Kong and Tony Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also the newness of the Switch 2 as well.
Right. August 52, September 33, and a bunch of other numbers. December, a little bit of a dip in December again. January, most of these months it's going to say Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm going to tell you months.
You can just
Tears
say
of the Kingdom. It was Tears of the Kingdom in January, February, March, and April, and also May. And then in June, it was Mario Kart. July was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, we're probably going to be
August,
the same on those, I think.
September, this is when they had the Hitman proper update, and that brought me back into that with 33 hours in Hitman in September. They fixed the frame rate and all that kind of stuff. UFO 50, played the bulk of that. 60 hours in October, so that's most of my time with that game. Back to Tears of the Kingdom in November, and then December it was Broken Sword 5, which was pretty much all in one weekend. Let's see, after that, what else we got here? I picked my favorite was Donkey Kong. And then they did a cool thing this year, which I don't know if they did it in other years, but they actually had like a one more thing at the end where it reviewed your entire Switch history.
Oh, I didn't see that. I ducked out before the one more thing, so I missed it.
Yeah, if you keep scrolling down at the bottom, it says here's your whole Switch history, and so you can go through every year.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it says I played my Switch 1 for the first time on March 3rd. That must have been when it came out, right?
August 10th for me of 2017, and then it lists your top played games and all the hours, and of course, I'll give my top 3. We have Hitman at 631. That's just the cloud version. Tears of the Kingdom at 649, and then the never will be defeated king will be Super Mario Maker 2.
For like you mean like
1106, yeah.
For like the entirety of your Switch play?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they got like, I missed all this stuff. Yeah, they got like year by year. Like, 2017, my top 3 games were Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Splatoon 2. And they still said that that's all action. You're wrong. Interesting.
It's cool. Yeah, I like that they're doing this and that they're keeping track for all those years too.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see what you can. Yeah, you can start with yours if you want, Jeremy. I want to see. I just want to see whatever my like overall. I'm sure my most played. I think my most played game of all time is Animal Crossing. That's what I'm guessing. Because
It said, "Hey, you got a Nintendo Switch too." All right. It says, "This year I played 91 games for a total of 956 hours. My top game of the year."
you were pretty close to me. I figured that you might beat me if we would have counted all the time you spent on Blueprints or whatever other game you were playing on PS5 at the beginning of the year. You know.
Yeah, you'll see that. But yeah, my top game was UFO 50, 223 hours.
Damn.
Second most was Fantasy Life, 122 hours, and then Donkey Kong at 103. Guess what? Action was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And then Adventure was second place.
That's mine too. It's like
Same.
it's
And then Shooting, which I don't know. I guess Splatoon maybe.
yeah, I don't know.
And so I've got a few notable months. January, less than 1 hour. I played less than an hour in January.
Wow.
So I played. The only thing it shows is that I played. Echoes of Wisdom for less than 1 hour in January.
It'd be interesting to see how your Nintendo one squares with your PlayStation one. Like, were you totally on the PlayStation in January or what?
Oh yeah, I haven't checked my PlayStation 1 yet.
I'll say, did you see that? I mean, it was funny. I think I posted that my PlayStation 1 said like error because I hadn't played it at all. It basically said you don't have a PlayStation year in review because you didn't play anything. Even though I'm pretty sure I did play something, but I guess I think you have to play over 10 hours of anything for it to count, is what it was saying. So I must have only just played a couple hours because I did play I played some PlayStation 1 stuff on there, but not for very long because I did play that awful Star Wars fighting game for Mike's show on my PS3. I don't know if that would count, but whatever. And I played
February. I
Tekken 3.
played about 5 hours of the Game Boy Advance. That was it. March, I played 50 hours, and it was pretty much all Xeno Chronicles X.
Nice.
I played that for 45 of those hours. And then April, not so much. April, 15 hours. Xenoblade. It looks like that's pretty much all I played. May, 5 hours total. All on mostly played Game Boy Classics. And then June. We're back, baby.
Yep.
171 hours in June. Mostly spent in Fantasy Life.
Oh yeah, Fantasy Life. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Which I played for 103 hours that month.
Yeah, that was a big one.
July, 137 hours. Mostly played Donkey Kong Bonanza for 73 hours of those. August, 125 hours. That was UFO 50. Played 81 hours. September, that was when I was on my honeymoon and stuff, so didn't play quite as much. Just played UFO 50 for 74 hours or so. October, November, December, like almost exactly the same. Well, the amount of hours, but they're different games. So October, 127 hours, mostly Hades 2. I played 60 hours of that. November, back to UFO 50. I played 37 hours of that. But I played 123 hours total of gaming. And then December, Metroid was my number one game, 41 hours.
Nice.
Of 127. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I said UFO 50 was my favorite one because that was my number one game, so I wanted to be consistent.
Yeah, I put Trails in the Sky first chapter, obviously for my favorite one. For your top three, what was it? Did you say that it's probably UFO 50, Fantasy Life, and Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Yep.
Is what I was
in that order.
Yeah,
in that order.
So that's what I would guess. I finally found like your most played games of all time. Even though I think some of these are inaccurate because I thought I had higher numbers, but I just want to do like just my top 5 here. Number 1, Animal Crossing. It says 477 hours. Number 2, the Nintendo 64 app at 188 hours. And number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with 179 hours. I'm pretty sure I broke 200 on that. It looks like AEW 165. I got 300 hours in that game. Tears of the Kingdom 149. And yeah, I think that's it. That's my 4. And then I guess Xeno 2 would be after that. Yeah, I don't know if all these are right, because I thought I had over 2 hours in Dragon Quest 11 also, because I got to second credits. So I don't know.
If you want to really like have a smack in the face, look in 2020 and see how much time you spent on Animal Crossing. Because that's what I did, and it was like 400 something hours.
Well, that's going to be all of it.
Yeah,
most of it. I saw some people were like posting like videos of their old. Well, mostly Shake. I saw Shake posted a video of his Animal Crossing world before the update, and I thought about maybe posting our Patreon one that we did that's been in the vault and just throw it on YouTube and see if anybody watches it. Or when we were like, oh, we'll never play it again. Let's see whenever that was.
All right.
We ready to move on from there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do what we do every show and talk about games we got and games we've been playing. I don't know. I've been mostly playing stuff for my top 10 YouTube whatever. My top 10 best games video that I make every year. I've been working on that for the past week, so that's mostly what I've been playing. So I haven't had a whole lot of video game time, but I was able to crank out a little bit, and I did put some stuff in there from the, from like the weeks before when we were off or whatever. Like I played Rayman 2 on 64. I don't know, you guys probably didn't play that game, but it was added. It's really good. It's a really, really good game. Like I remember being blown away by it in college when I rented it, and it's just as good. Like it looks really good for a 64 game. It's really fluid. Like the controls are great. It's funny. It's got some silly stuff in it, and I played Tonic Trouble too. That one not so much. I didn't really like that one, but Tonic Trouble, came out before Rayman 2. But there was one moment in Tonic Trouble that I thought was funny. There's a Newman's Own dressing dispenser that you run into, and you drink this dressing, and it turns you into a giant muscly person.
That is so weird.
Which is
Newman.
Which has to be like some sort of deep-rooted British joke or something. I don't really understand it, but yeah,
the most random product placement ever.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Newman's Own dressing? Wait, what? I was just,
is his face on there and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it says Newman's, like they don't hide it. It's there, It's not like it's, I was like, wow.
Do you think they had to get the license from the Newman estate to re-release this on this? So
I'm surprised that it's in there. Like when they re-released like Wave Race, they took all the ads out of that game. But no, we still got Newman's Own dressing in Tonic Trouble. I mean, this is years later after the Wave Race one, but I just thought that was probably the most the highlight of that play experience was the Tonic Trouble stuff. Was that part? I was like, okay, that's weird.
Is there anything else about that game that might suggest, hey, there could be Newman's Own salad dressing in this? Like, is there a salad theme somewhere, or like he's a bottle, right? He's a bottle of something, tonic, I suppose.
I guess maybe, yeah. It kind of was out of nowhere. It's just a room, and there's a vending machine that has the dressing in there, and you drink it, and you become you become huge, and you can like break walls because that's like what you're supposed to do. It like powers you up to like get to the next thing. So, but Newman's Own dressing is what does it for you. So, it's silly, but no, play Rayman. It looks really good still.
I remember hearing great reviews about that back in the day, and them saying like this is the next evolution up from Super Mario 64, and yeah, they got pretty good reviews back then. And then this Dreamcast one. I played it on Dreamcast back at the time because there was a demo disc that I got with my Dreamcast, which had that on it. So I remember liking that quite a bit, but never played the full game though. I'm definitely going to give it a try.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was just kind of playing it while I was editing stuff, but it was still like, it still blew me away just by how good it looks and how good it controls and all that. I was like, oh wow, yeah, this is still good. I've played plenty of games that I liked before that are shit, but this one is still pretty good. So I recommend it, and that's why it's still on the list, even though I haven't played it for like 2 weeks. But it was good at that time. I beat the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo, which I kind of like hinted at a little bit last week on last week's show, just because I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, I loved it. I mean, I obviously I played the crap out of the Dragon Quest VII remake on 3DS, and there's parts I remember from it. It's obviously looks a lot different. It reminds me a lot of the Neo Fantasian game that was on Switch, because they got like the models and the dioramas and all that, and they did actually make like little characters that they scanned or whatever. So like the So like the fabric of their clothes and all that looks like much more real, and like the background looks real too. It looks like real mud and all that stuff. And yeah, it's fun. My nickname was Ocean Devotion because that's one of the moves that you can do with the main character. And and this one has a bunch of different classes that you can change into, but you only get your beginner classes, but that's one of your moves that you get with your classes, Ocean Devotion, and it just makes you invincible for like a round. Where if you get attacked, there's no damage to you. And the way that Dragon Quest VII works is, you start off and there's only one island, and you believe that's all there is. But you go into the past, and you'll basically do these stories with these islands in the past, and then they'll show up in the future. And whatever you do in the past, you'll see like what becomes of that. So it'll be like hundreds of years later, but you'll see like them talk about the events that you were there for, or whatever, like that sort of thing. And you're kind of like rebuilding the world, and you find pieces of this like picture or whatever, and you put them together, and that'll create a like island that you can go back to. And once you finish whatever the story mode is there, you go back to the future, and then it'll appear as part. So you're kind of like rebuilding the world is basically how it works. And I always liked it. I know that some people weren't like huge fans of the original PlayStation 1 version, which makes me like really want to play it. Just because it got so much flack, and I like it so much. So, but I mean, I think it's worth looking at least to just see how pretty it is. Like I even showed it to Jess while I was playing it, just to be like, hey, look at this, because it looks really cool, and the enemies look really awesome too. Like they really pop. So yeah, I did that. And you played this one kinda, right? A little bit, Jeremy?
Oh, the demo? Yeah. I played that. I haven't played much more of it than when we spoke last week, but I do like it.
I would say
I just find it really easy.
Well, I mean, they can't throw hard stuff at you in the first couple hours of the game.
I guess so.
I mean, if you find it too easy, there's like 6 levels of difficulty. You could switch it. They added more levels of difficulty to this version, as I noticed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been playing 3, and 3's kicking my ass still.
Sure.
So,
I thought 1 was pretty easy, but that's because if you played 3, they give you the cat suit, and that protects you against most stuff. But I did get killed in Dragon Quest VII, but that's because I went after they have like special enemies that like glow because they're way higher, and they have a way higher level than everyone else, and they trounced me. So that was kind of me just being stupid about it. But I didn't
like primes.
I didn't know. Like it's kind of like the shiny, like the extra shiny characters in Persona or whatever. It's like don't attack them because they'll kill you. So it was that sort of thing. But I did like go through the dungeon, and then I came back and killed that guy. So I did come back and kill the guy, and I got to the end of the demo where it's like, okay, this is the end. Do you want to save? And I didn't save there. I just went back to another church, so I can still go around and grind if I want to, and get some more levels. Because I did want to see if I could make it to the next class, like if I could like max out the class that I have and see if I can get to any of the other ones, like in the demo. Because you get your ship, and you can go around the ocean, which has a lot more higher level monsters in there. And I thought I could, maybe just get up a couple more levels, like during editing or something like that. But I like it a lot, and I'm really excited about when it's coming out in February. That and like 5 other games that I'm also excited for. They're already throwing an October at me again, and it's called February. But yeah, no, it's coming out February 1st. It's February 5th. It's the first of the February onslaught of games. So look out. But no, I'm very excited to play it. And let's see. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance got dropped on the GameCube app. That's one of the Fire Emblems that I played a lot. I have it. I got the physical copy of it, which is worth something from what I hear. And I got all the way to the end of the game, not recently, originally on GameCube. And then I found out that a character that I had not been leveling up needed to be a higher level. So I found out that I could not get the true ending because of that, and I gave up. So I wanted to go back and try to beat it again. And it's fun. I like it. I mean, I remember most of the characters. I remember a lot of the story. And I think one thing that was really interesting about Path of Radiance versus the other Fire Emblem games is that Ike is not like born into royalty. Like all the other ones kind of start with you being like in the kingdom and all that, and your parents or whatever. You're privileged from the front. But this one, you're part of a mercenary group. Like your dad like runs this like mercenary group. and you're like a group of bounty hunters going around doing stuff for people. So you don't really have a side chosen yet. I mean, you do pick one rather quickly, but I like that it's you're kind of more of an everyman type of character instead of like being royalty and whatnot.
This supposed to be like a prequel to this series, or
No.
is this like a side story, or is this knowing nothing about Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem is like Final Fantasy, as in every game is a different story that exists in the same world, but there's no chronology or anything like that. So every Fire Emblem is just a story. I guess sometimes you would see like kids of earlier ones or whatever, but not this one. This one is its own story. You don't need to play any other Fire Emblem to play it. But
I'm gonna give it a shot.
You should at least turn it on and watch the opening cinematic on there, because when the game launched, I thought that was the best graphics I had ever seen. Like that blew me away. I was like, this is the greatest that video games have ever looked, and they'll never look better. So just look at that and see what you think. But no, I remember like the cinematic stuff for this game just blowing me away, being like, oh my God, it looks so good. Because it does look pretty, it looks a little dated now, but I do think it still looks pretty good. But you got full acting and voice acting and all that for the cinematics, which they aren't all the time, but at the very beginning you get a good amount of it. And I was like, wow, this looks great. I do remember it being criticized because the animation could never look as good as the Game Boy Advance ones, which true, but because it's that's more of like a pixel hand drawn thing versus like a 3D polygonal whatever. But I've been having fun with it. I put like 2.5 hours into it, and there's these like beast people characters in there that are like only in this game. The Bjork and the Goose.
Bjork's in this one.
Well, no, not her. But they're called the Bjork, spelled differently. But they're people that turn into like giant panthers or whatever. And it was a cool mechanic, and there's characters that turn into dragons, and there's ones that turn into like birds and stuff like that. And this is the only game that has that. Like they kind of did away with that race after this one. So I was like, why? They were cool. I liked that you could turn into a lion or whatever and go kill somebody. But yeah, it's got a lot of cool characters in there. And it's been a nice like chill out game for the end of the night, Like after I've been editing for however long for the video, I'll just like sit down and play an hour of Fire Emblem before I go to bed, and it kind of calms me, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of alluded to it, but this is a very pricey game if you try to buy it. So it's awesome that.
Yeah, it's really cool they put it out, because I saw like a joke article somewhere that was like, number one Path of Radiance fan is happy to finally be able to play it. It's like, yeah, because you watched a fucking bunch of videos of it and you don't know anything about it. But no, I bought it when it came out because I was a big Fire Emblem fan at the time. I bought it brand new, and I would have unopened it. It'd probably be worth more, but I could never do that. I can never keep a game sealed, especially when I want to play, But yeah, no, it was a pretty high pricey one. It's cool that it's here now. Just part of the GameCube. Just making the GameCube app cooler and cooler. And this one, I even brought my GameCube wireless controller upstairs and played it on the big TV. Like normally I just keep it down here for editing purposes or whatever. But I did accidentally erase my fucking file for Luigi's Mansion the other night, which kills me. So
oh no.
Yeah, I fucked up. Like I was trying to load the save state and I accidentally saved instead of loaded. So it's gone now. So I was like, So I lost my save file for that game. I was like,
I did that while I was playing that game. Yeah.
Did you save over? Did you accidentally save over what you're trying to load or whatever also and lose it?
I did. Yeah, I don't think I was very far in, so I think I just started over.
Yeah, I mean not that far, but I had to go back to fight the baby again. Like I had done the baby and some other bosses since then. Like I lost like a few hours. It was dumb. I wasn't even trying to play it. I was just trying to, I was just fucking around on the GameCube app and just was trying to load it, and then I accidentally hit save, and then it was gone. And then I tried like just resetting it and just like loading it like you normally would, and I guess my save was at the very beginning of the game, so that took me even farther back. So I was like, oh, well. So that sucked. And while I was editing the podcast, I played some more Persona 3 Reload, and I got through the next full moon, so I got through another of the bosses. And I ran into another fucking boss like Dragon Quest, where you got to beat him at the same time. the hell? These bosses are fucking following me around. Now, it was kind of a cool boss. It was like a tank. And like the tank obviously has super high defense, so it's hard to do any damage. But you got to get it down to a certain amount, and then it'll split into two creatures. It'll be like the gunner and the treads or whatever, and then you have to beat them. But you have to beat them together because they'll come back together, and then you got to fight them, and they separate again. It was just a cool boss battle that I had fun doing while I was editing the 4-hour podcast. And also, Animal Crossing, the update came out early today, so Jess and I kind of fucked around with it a little bit before we recorded here. Have you guys? Oh, I know John just got home, but were you able to mess around with it at all, Jeremy?
No, I did see that it got released today early, but I'd have to. I don't even think I have Animal Crossing on my console right now.
What's part of the base game update, and what's part of the Switch 2?
Well, so the base game update is the big thing. I think the only thing you get with the Switch 2 is like mouse controls and higher resolution, and you can yell at your villagers now through the microphone. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that.
You should do it.
No, I'll be annoying myself even. Yeah, you can yell at your villagers. You can have more people over. I know that. There's you can get 15, 15 people are still playing Animal Crossing. But, get them to get more people to come to your town and all that. That's the Switch 2 stuff. But the main update is for all of them, is for the Switch 1 and Switch 2. And that's getting the hotel. You basically get the hotel at your dock, where you see all Cap'n and all of his family will be there. And it's basically kind of another version of Happy Home Designer, where they ask you to design the hotel rooms, and people will come to the hotel rooms from other towns. And also, you get points from designing the hotel rooms, and you use those points to buy the systems for your house. So you can play Nintendo Switch Online in your house in Animal Crossing. And I guess there's 7 different games that you can get, including Famicom and Super Famicom, that sort of thing. So I haven't done it yet because I didn't know because I couldn't figure out how to do it. But you got to order it from his wife that's at the hotel, because there's the grandma that's selling stuff, but that's different. You have to ask the wife, and she has a catalog that you can look through, and that's where you find the stuff. But if you go to your regular catalog system or whatever, where you normally order items, that's where you can find the Lego stuff. I found all the Lego items were already available, right from the top there. So,
that's cool.
So there was that. And yeah, Jess was telling me earlier that Leaf finally works now. I guess before you could pay him to get rid of your weeds, but it never worked right. But now it does. So they updated that, right? And Leaf was there, and you could pay him. He wanted 30,000 bells to clean up the island, which I didn't pay for because that's a lot. But you could, And I went and I bought a Lego arcade. There's a new arcade that's made out of Legos. I bought that, because we've always been collecting the fake arcades and whatnot. Yeah. I walked through my house, killed a bunch of cockroaches, as you do. Try to get rid of all of them. Just kind of walked around town trying to remember where shit is. It's been so long since I played Animal Crossing that I kind of forgot how to do anything. I was asking Jess, I was like, how do you build things? What do you do? How do you do DIY stuff? Do you need a bench or can you not? I don't know. I don't remember how to play this game. And the villagers were like, we haven't seen you in 3 years and 7 months. What the fuck? And I'm like, wow, 3 years. And one of them said,
thought you were dead.
And one of them said 3 years and 9 months. I was like, well, did I just not talk to you for next to 3 months? And that's what you say that? It was funny. They were saying different times, but yeah, no, really, I was like, what do you do in this game? It's been so long. It's not really, obviously it's a pretty chill game. You can just walk around, but I'm like, how the fuck do you do anything? What? Do Nook Miles matter anymore? How much money? Where's the bank at? Can I get my money out of it? I just couldn't remember how to do anything in this game. So that was kind of funny. But I did. There's a thing there's a thing in the new whatever in the Cap'n Hotel area where Tom Nook asks you to make DIY stuff and put it over there to try to advertise for the town or whatever to get people to want to stay there. And if you do that, you get extra points for that too. So I was trying to do that, and I just couldn't remember how to make anything because I haven't played this game. I was like, how do you make? Because I thought you could do it in the menu or something, but you gotta, you gotta go to a DIY. And I was like, do I have any DIY benches? I thought I got rid of all of them. So I found one at the edge of town finally, but yeah, I just was kind of wandering around trying to figure out how to play the game again. So
I think this update warrants us getting on. Game Chat, giving Game Chat another try.
Oh, doing a sequel to our, because we did do a Patreon video where we did our send off to our towns or whatever,
Mhm.
And it was funny because Jeremy had like this big like area of like money trees, and you're like, take all the money, and we shook them, and all the money trees went down, and then we stopped recording, and like all of us like walked away from our Switches and didn't even think to like leave and save and all that, and then all of that stuff disappeared. So I think you got to keep all the money.
Yeah, it's
So-
all still on the trees last I
Yeah,
checked.
I remember that being a thing because we were like, "Woo, we did an episode." Then I just like left the room and forgot that I had to like go back to my town and save. So like everything we did like didn't happen. So it was like it was all a dream. But yeah, but I did buy the $5 Switch 2 update just because
Same.
I saw it on there, and it's like 4 megabytes. It's really not big, but I'm sure I think the actual update is like 5 gigs or something like that. But but my Animal Crossing is still on there. I never, even when I wasn't playing, I still didn't delete it because I figured we'd do something, because I know Jess used to like send me items and stuff, and I would go find them and put them around town. And I put it on the TV, and we were both playing together, and I was like, oh yeah, look at my 2022 archways that I have everywhere. Like I have like the New Year's Eve balloon archways that say
Oh, right,
2022. It shows like that's the last time I played it, but. I was like, can I get new ones? And yeah, we tried to. Obviously, I guess I would have had to play it on New Year's Eve to actually get a 2025 archway. But I feel so behind the times, like with all these old ass archways. But yeah. Anyway, it's Animal
yours
Crossing.
are
It's still
totally,
fun.
like Gothic, and everyone's moved on to Corinthian.
I wish mine looked that cool. I mean, I do have. I mean, speaking of Gothic, I do have a whole lot of Halloween archways around that look very frightening and ghostly and all that. So. I got a lot of Halloween decorations around because I love that stuff. So, but yeah, Mr. Rossetti is wandering around the town now too. You can just walk right up to and talk to him. And
I like that he's really back in the game this time.
He's out and about. We saw him. Yeah, and he can reset different parts of your town to what they originally were. If you want. If you want to redo your front lawn or something like that, he'll do it for you, and that's a cool aspect. Maybe you do want to like redo some islands, but you don't want to go through and like pick everything up and have to empty your pockets, and it's a process. And you can make your storage bigger, which I think is like a million bells, as Jess was telling me, for like one storage upgrade, and it's like $1.5 million for 2. So Nook is still making you work for it, even though it's whatever. It's been so many years since it came out, but
I'm sure I have
There's
over
that.
$1 million in my account.
yeah, I couldn't even figure out how to take money out of the bank, so. I didn't.
Jess is probably the biggest Animal Crossing fan of us all, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Has Jess been playing.
Jess broke 1,000 hours on Animal Crossing. I know that.
And
Like,
Jess was
and
like
they
crazy
already,
about New Leaf as well.
Like they
Have
got
they been dug in on this update, or
Well, we played it together for a few hours, like just because it dropped early, and I was like, hey, I said, hey, why don't you try it out? Because I was confused because I bought the Switch 2 update, and when I try to open it, it would say you can't play this because the update isn't out yet. I was like, okay, well, why would I want to play it? But it means the Switch 2 update. It's not clear about that, but it should just say that instead of just update, because I know there was another update that I got. But anyway, I was like, hey, why don't you try it out, because you're not playing on a Switch 2. We transferred everything, so Jess is playing on the OLED now, so it's like having a new Switch and all that. We switched all the we switched all the profiles around and all that, so Jess can use the nice one. Got the OLED with the.
So they were able to put the OLED in the in the little hand thing they have.
Yeah. It fits both of them, and it's great. Yeah.
That's good.
The Nitro deck. So yeah, the OLED and the Nitro deck is how we have it, because Jess only plays handheld. So, and I always wanted to give them the OLED now that I'm not using it anymore. But we figured all that out last week because I wanted to have it ready to go for when the Animal Crossing stuff dropped. So, and that is now. So there you go. But yeah, I think it's good for me.
Well, I went a little nuts on buying games over the holiday
So
over the break. Yeah,
you guys both did. I
talked about a couple of these last week, so I won't speak a whole lot about them this week. But I did buy Cast and Chill just because I'm like, just all the stuff I'm seeing about it. I'm like,
it looks really
everybody
good.
seems to think this is really, really good and awesome and stuff. So I got it, and I played it for a little while, maybe like 30 minutes, and I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it, but
Are you into like fishing games or whatever? Isn't a lot of it
I like fishing as a part of a game, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
like fishing games like
Yeah.
where it's just a game where you fish.
Did you ever get into like those Legends of the River King games on Game Boy or anything like that?
No.
Those were cool. Like where it was like a fishing RPG, so they added more to it. It was I mean, it was made, wasn't it made? I thought it was made by Natsume, like the same people
It was,
that did like Harvest Moon and all that. So it was still in that area. I did actually buy a Harvest Moon game on sale, just because, well, Story of Seasons game, just because I bought it for one of my nieces for Christmas, and I wanted to play it myself. And it was on sale for $9, so I was like, whatever, let's see what it's like. And it was exactly like I thought it would be. It's like an updated version of the Nintendo 64 one, which I played a lot of. So that's kind of what I was going for, because I could recognize the art and the way it looked. So it's like that with some new modern tech to it or whatever. But so I played that for a few hours, but that was like a few weeks ago.
Well, I thought Cast and Jill kind of looked a little bit like a cousin to Dave the Diver in some way. I mean, both dealing with fish in the water and all that kind of thing, and like a cozy game vibe.
I don't think you can cook. I mean, well, I haven't played it, but I would think that Dave the Diver probably has a little bit more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know. I've just watched the videos on eShop, on the Nintendo eShop, but
same. I've not seen so much of Cast and Chill,
but what I saw in the video, I thought the sprite art looked awesome.
The sprite art looks fantastic.
Like really good. Like that's what I got from it. I was like, oh man, this game.
It looks
really
like
pretty.
the painting that's hanging up in maybe your grandma's living room or something, but it's like digitized. It's like nice, nice sort of generic artwork, but pixelized, and looks beautiful.
Sure,
yeah, you like customize your boat a little bit. You get like some choices, and then you get to choose what pet you want on the front of it. Or actually, I think it has to be a dog, but you can choose what dog breed, and the dog's on the front of the boat. But as far as I can tell, it's just a fishing game. And I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But maybe I need to play it more. We'll see if I actually do that. But it seems like pretty just straight up like a fishing game. There's plenty, I'm sure it's got depth and stuff, pun intended. But
yeah,
I don't know how much I'm going to actually play it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wondered about it too. Because I thought it looked cool, but it's like, how much depth can you get out of fishing? But I don't know. It looks pretty.
Another game I got this week was I bought Divinity Original Sin 2 just because I wanted it.
Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, the Switch 2 edition. I just wanted it because I've wanted to play that game for a while, and I thought about waiting for it to go on sale, but for whatever reason I didn't. I just was like, no, I'm going to get this.
Wait, you didn't get it? You didn't get it on sale? It was on sale. It was half off. It was $25.
That's what okay, never mind. That is what I got it for.
Okay, yeah, because it's regularly $50.
Yeah, I got it at $25.
It was I was tempted, but I was like, because
a pretty new game. I mean, as for a release on Switch, like
Divinity Original Sin. I mean,
soon.
no. I mean, the game came out like kind of towards the beginning of the Switch 1, I would think, around then. Like it was some years ago.
This edition came out
number 2, right?
This just was released last month, I think.
Well, the Switch 2 edition just came out, but the Switch 2 edition was free. So if you already have it, you automatically upgrade it for free. But this game has been out for some time. I remember
for a while.
Axel Blood God talking about it way
on Switch?
way back when. Yeah. The Divinity Original Sin was on Switch 1 originally. This they just did an upgraded version with higher res.
Are you talking about number 1 or number 2? Because Jeremy's talking about number 2.
This is 2.
Yeah, there's only 2. The only 2 is the only one that's on Switch. There's
2's the only one that's on Switch.
Yeah, there's no other ones.
Who's on first?
What?
Well, either way, I bought it because I just wanted to pretend like I had Baldur's Gate 3
on
the Switch. So I'm going to play it at some point. I did boot it up. I did like the character creator and chose my class and rolled my character and stuff, and that was all fun and stuff. But then once I got into the actual gameplay, I was like, okay, this is going to take a bit. I just kind of got overwhelmed. And you know what? It didn't look any more difficult than Baldur's Gate. It's just like I wasn't like ready for it, so I didn't play it.
Yeah, it's the same company, and I heard people really like it. But yeah, that's why I didn't buy it. It's 2019. I was like, I bet it's in the teens. So it came out like 6 years ago. Almost, well, yeah, over 6 years ago. September of 2019. And then they just released the Switch 2 version of it.
The Switch 2 edition, okay.
Yeah, but I've always heard good things about it. I remember they loved it on Axel Blood God, but, computer RPGs scare me.
Put Larian on the map.
Yeah. Computer RPGs scare me, so I didn't get it, because I'm never good at them and don't play them for long.
I finally, because there was just this crazy sale, so I also bought the Baten Kaitos collection. It was on sale for pretty cheap.
Nice. Yeah, it was. It was real low. I think it was under 20 at least.
So I bought that, and I played a bit of the first one, and I still like it. I mean, the the play was coming back to me. The like I was a little scared, but it's having played more card games since I played this. It's not as hard to understand as I remember.
If you start playing now, you might be done by the time we get to it on games my mom found. You could be on the show.
Oh,
Well, because we've been doing like the chronology of the Xeno games, but Baten Kaitos has to be in there too because it's part of the timeline.
because it's Monolith.
Well, but yeah, it would be between Xenosaga 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, true.
Would be
Yeah.
Baten,
And there
be
was
that
two
one.
of them.
Yeah, yeah. I figured that it would be that would be the one we would do next after Xenosaga 3. Because it's part of the timeline.
But it's a really pretty game. And the FMV and stuff's really good. So kind of like you were saying about Fire Emblem, like
Oh yeah.
sure it's dated, but it's still like it's got a lot of charm still.
Oh yeah, that had some really good cinematics too. Yeah, and the music. I love the music so much in
Music's
those
great.
games. Like especially like the battle music is like really kicks like in that first one. Like I can think of it. It's in my head right now. Like it's one of those you just like never forget it because it's so good.
And then the other thing I talked about it already last week, but was Skate Story. I grabbed that because I had to. I'd hyped myself up about it too much. And then what I played the most, even since last week, was Cyberpunk because
Yeah, you're still playing the crap out of that.
just found this game all over again, and I loaded up my PlayStation 5 file over this past week just because I wanted to do a comparison of the graphics, and I didn't. Once again, I didn't really notice a difference, but I would have maybe had to have them running at the same time. I guess I could have had it running in handheld. I didn't think about that, but I didn't want to do like a side by side comparison. I just wanted to kind of see if I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it does look like crap on the Switch, but no, it looks great on the Switch. I don't notice a whole lot of difference, and I also noticed that I was not playing it I wasn't having much fun with it on my original playthrough because I wasn't leveling up the cool stuff. So this time around, I know what I'm doing more, and I've been having a lot more fun. So there's this whole aspect of these like cyber powers you have where you can target somebody from a distance and then like basically send a little daemon to them that infects them, and you can make it do different things. But eventually, it gets really powerful, and you can like blow up cars and stuff from a distance
Oh.
with your mind. And I didn't have any of that stuff in the PlayStation version because I never really figured out how to make it work. But this time around, I know what I'm doing. So now I'm like standing on top of a building and blowing up cop cars with my brain and just having so much more fun.
Now well, you did say like yeah for the last episode that you're pretty much like a superhero in that game. So
Yeah, I
sounds
can.
like it.
One of my favorite things to do is just like go into a big group of enemies, or if I'm getting chased by the police, and like stand up in an elevated place where they can't get to me, and then I start casting Cyber Psycho on them, and that's like it makes them turn on each other, and then you just make them all start fighting each other.
It's the Muddle Bud.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really funny, and they'll all start like attack because like cyber psychosis is like a big thing in this universe where like eventually you go insane because you're more machine than human, and your body can't handle it anymore, and your mind snaps, and you go on a killing rampage.
Some of what you told me about it kind of reminded me a lot of the Deus Ex game that I played on PlayStation 3, which I liked that game a lot. But it kind of what you say of that reminds me of that game, like where it was supposed to be kind of a play on RoboCop somewhat, like it's in Detroit also, but it's like the more human than human thing. But one of my favorite things about that game is that you could get experience just from doing things other than fighting people. Like if you found a way to sneak past people instead of fighting them, you get experience for that too. And I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever seen because I'd never seen that in another game where you get experience for everything, not just battles.
I think this does kind of like that, but not for everything, but there's a lot of like specialized things that are getting leveled up. So if you do like a lot of headshots, like you'll upgrade this skill called Headhunter, and then you get different perks for that. And then you get like if you sneak around, like you were saying, then you get like there's another, I can't remember what that one is, Samurai, I think, which I don't ever use that one. Like I'm not a sneaky guy in this, because once you start using the psychic mind powers, they can trace your signal, and so you can't. It's hard to stay secret. But there is one you can cast that makes them forget too. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's more like casting spells than anything, but it's a cyberpunk version of that. But yeah, I love it, and I'm taking my time with it. I'm in no hurry to just see credits again. And plus now I can play through I'm playing through the Liberty or the Phantom Liberty expansion, like I'm playing it at the same time. It's just kind of like it like goes into my list of jobs. It's just part of the jobs. So I've got all these extra jobs to do, and they added the romance. I guess they added some kind of romance update to it like last year after I'd already played through it. So you can date people, and I started dating somebody. That was kind of funny too, because she really gave me the impression that she never wanted to talk to me again, and then like she called me like a week later and wanted to hang out.
It's like, I never want to see you again. What are you doing? What are you doing next
Well,
week?
I killed one of her best friends.
Oh, well.
Oh, she got over that pretty quick.
But did you use your psychic power to make her forget about it?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's just bad writing, but
I would say, isn't there some weird shit in that?
It was just through like a series of choices I made, because sometimes things go, sometimes things get out of hand if you don't make the right choices and conversation and stuff. And I made the wrong choices, and so this chick tried to kill me, and so I thought I was just gonna like shoot her one time to like run back and gather myself, and one hit, she was dead. It's like, dang, I thought she was gonna actually be like a boss fight, but she wasn't. One shot, she was dead, and I'm like, well, shit. And then Judy didn't want to talk to me anymore. She's like, I need to be alone. Damn it, I'm never gonna get laid. And then then she called me like a week later, and she wanted to hang out.
Does it work like the same way, like you're saying with the other ones, where like you could just meet her whenever, like you don't have to do it on a certain day. It's just
yeah. She's like, let's meet up tonight at the cabin or something at this cabin, and I went there like 3 days later, but she was fine with it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how that's sort of how it works for Persona also, where it's like, if you want to get a job somewhere, you just work there whenever you want to, or whenever they're. They'll be like, oh, you'll work like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But if you go in on a Monday or a Wednesday or Friday, you'll work. But you don't have to go there every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And this doesn't even have days of the week, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
The day-night cycle is more for certain things, like certain story elements to, like, you wait for someone to call you back. They'll be like, I'll call you back tomorrow. Well, then there's your day-night cycle that you have to get through before they'll call you. And you can, like, just skip time. But other than that, it doesn't seem like it matters much for the game. There was even like a big parade at one point that you have to like go and like mess around with the parade, and I got there whenever I could, and the parade was still going, so it was fine. But yeah, I love this game. If it goes on sale again, y'all should buy it.
If it goes on sale for $17, I'm definitely buying it.
I'll buy it right away.
Which, yes, I did. I did get it for $17.
I mean, it was on sale for $40, and I really thought about it, but I have so much other stuff to play, that I can. And mostly, one of the main reasons I've been paying for anything is because I said February. There's like a whole bunch of games in February that I want, so I'm just not buying anything till then. And hopefully I'll have enough money to buy 2 of them, at least.
It's a slow time of year for work.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nothing's really happening, so I want to at least save enough money that I can buy Dragon Quest VII when it comes out, because I'd be sad if I couldn't. And Yakuza will be out in a couple weeks after
I'm
that.
sure, just like me, you have plenty of stuff to play. Like,
that's true.
I've got Baten Kaitos. I've got Skate Story to finish. I've got, I still got Xeno to go back to, and I want to finish the Dragon Quest demo, and I want to finish Dragon Quest 3, and I want to finish Cyberpunk again, and finish both of the thingies. So there's so much to do. I don't need to buy anything.
It's true. You got plenty to play.
Well, I got a couple things.
Do you want to take a break? I know you got a lot of stuff. Do you want to take a quick break before we get into it, since we're like an hour?
I'm gonna skip through a couple of these things. I think we can.
Or do you want to power? Do you want to power it and then take a break?
Yeah, and let's take a break after I do mine.
That's fine with
me. So I got a $200 gift shop card from my to an eShop gift card rather from my parents for Christmas.
Damn.
I
never got that much video game money. Well, I guess my parents did bought me systems back in the day, but yeah, that's a lot of dough to be thrown around there.
It was the bulk of my Christmas present from them.
Oh, sure. Were you just like, give me video game money?
Well, no, I asked for. I said I wanted to get the dock, and my mom just said, "Well, just let me get you the cards, and you'll figure out how to get it, because you can only buy it from Nintendo.com."
Yeah, and you can only buy one from
You
there.
know,
And
I
it
want,
actually,
yeah.
it
And you got to
went,
have an account and all that
it
stuff.
actually went up in price too since I got
Did it really?
Like Wii U got it for more than I did, I believe. Right? How much you get it for?
I got it for 125.
Yep, that's more. I got it for
Yep.
100.
Yep. So I got that, and
Yeah, it
I
went
had
up for
some.
the tariffs. I remember that because I got it pre-tariff price.
I wanted to get the dock because I decided I never want to unhook my dock again.
Yeah, I was wondering
I
why
just
you
want to
got.
have one.
I was wondering why you got a second dock. Cause don't you only have one TV?
Well, I've got two TVs, but I don't use the second one really.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to have a second dock just so
Just
I
for
could keep one
travel?
in the travel case, and I
Yeah.
never have to unhook mine again because it gets old doing it again and again. Like if I want to go to my parents' house,
Sure.
and sometimes I'll bring it over to entertain the kids and stuff.
So you just ordered it through the eShop and
I
they're
did.
shipping it to you?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only way you can get one, and you can only get one.
Okay.
Because I bought one. I bought one pretty quickly, like pretty much right after I got the Switch too, because I didn't want to move the dock to my 3 different video game places in the house, so I did that pretty early, and then I ended up ordering one from Play Asia also, so I get a third one. So I have 3 of them. So I have nothing to say. I did see that the price had gone up. That it had gone up like $20 since I got it. But
Yep. So I got that thing. I opened it up, I tested it out, and I immediately packed it up in my case, and that's where it's going to live.
Yep.
So I had $75 change after that on those cards, and conveniently there was a big sale. So I drew up a budget. I spent a bit of time doing this, and I've been as you learned from last week, I've been learning how to like properly do spreadsheets and all that. And so I'm like, how can I like maximize, say, the number of games and the quality of games. And so I made this spreadsheet where I threw together like the Metacritic scores and all that. And I figured out how I could get the most games for the lowest amount of money with the highest Metacritic score average. So I ended up getting eight games, but a bunch of those were bundles and like the digital Eclipse, Gold Master stuff with a bunch of games on them. So if I want to be technical, I got 71 games. I spent $97.49 and I saved $94.29. I have an average per game cost of $1.37, and the average Metacritic score was 83 points. So I think I did pretty good.
Now, how many of those games will you play?
All of them. So far, I've been playing all of them. Yeah. Here's what I got. The Digital Eclipse games, I got the Jeff Minter story. That has 42 games on it, so that's really the bulk of the account there. A bunch of his games are, they're older. They're from the 70s and 80s, and they're simpler type games relatively. So they're small, like little experiences. But then there's other games on there that are more full-fledged. It's pretty cool to see one of these Digital Eclipse games that's about just like basically one guy and his entire career. Before this, the first one was the Jordan Mechner one, which I haven't gotten that one yet. But that one is just about Karateka, and this one's about his Jeff Minter's entire career. So that's cool. I like that idea. I've gotten a little bit into this. I say I probably put about an hour or so. So it's the one that I've played the least of the Digital Eclipse that I got. The bulk of the time has been spent in Tetris Forever.
Yeah, you got that one.
I really like this one. This is great. It's 15 games.
You can watch the videos and learn the true story of Tetris.
Yeah,
and they'll talk about the third guy, the murder-suicide guy that I watched that documentary about that we mentioned. They don't really like to mention him, which I understand. He's kind of a downer, but yeah, there was the third. That was the third person in the creation of Tetris that had some shit happen.
I haven't gotten into that part of the story yet. If they're going to go there, I don't know.
I mean, they're using like actual footage that the guy did, right? That actually filmed himself.
It's really cool.
The not white guy.
Yeah,
the actual
Hank Rogers.
Hank Rogers. Yeah,
it's his footage from going around Russia, and they leave it like largely. It looks like largely untouched. I mean, they're making comments and stuff, and there's it's a professional documentary. It's not just like the raw footage necessarily, but it looks like for the most part they're letting things just like play out in long stretches, so you can really see like his home video footage of when he went to Russia, which is it's really compelling to know like how the story turned out and like what it took for him to make it happen. It does a great job of illustrating, like, yes, there was, Alexei Pajitnov on the other side of the world who toiled away and made this game, in unlikely circumstances. But it really does also give a lot of heft to Hank and his side of the story, how like he saw the game at the Consumer Electronics show and he kind of like took up the mantle. Like he really, really pushed and fought for it. And like, yeah, all his accolades are due to him for making Tetris a thing. And it's really inspirational, like it shows how both these guys are in their own way very innovative and they have this sort of push about them with Alexei, the mathematical sort of side, pushing against the Iron Curtain and doing this amazing thing and creating this product that is his own, despite his entire government saying, nope, this is ours, And then on the other side, Hank, who's just like this, one man sort of powerhouse. He does build like his team and bulletproof software and all that. But he really like is, you kind of get the idea he can create something from nothing. And yeah, it's a very inspirational story. So I'm loving this one. And I'm probably about halfway through it. There's some really interesting things in here, though, like that I didn't expect. So there was a Go game, the Japanese game Go, which was sort of how Hank got the inroads with
Yamauchi.
Yamauchi.
Yeah, I know that. They kind of hinted at it in the movie, but not very well. But
you get to play the game here.
Oh, eBay goes in there, right? Yeah. No, the actual I'm familiar.
Game is in there.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't expecting that. I knew that part of the story, but I just I thought this was just Tetris. You know what I mean? This is not a Tetris game. This is the Go game that got him his foot in the door with Yamauchi, and you get to play it. And it's just so cool. And then presented in context and all, where
and I think the idea was that he could make like a Go video game, right? Because Yamauchi had no interest whatsoever in video games. Even though he was the president of Nintendo,
just from a monetary standpoint,
he wouldn't even touch the controllers. He had somebody else play for him for the Go game.
Hank tells that story. He says, first of all, he went to Yamauchi with the proposal, and was able to, just through his charm and everything, convince Yamauchi to give him $300,000 to create this game. And so Hank goes off and he finds a guy who had made a Go game on computer and hires him, brings him over to live with him in Japan at his house. And in 9 months, they create this Go game for the NES, for the Famicom rather. And finally the day comes that he's showing it to Yamauchi and brings him the game, and they go to play it and plug it in the Famicom. And very quickly, Hank realizes that Yamauchi doesn't know how to use the Famicom controller.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to play the game and he's struggling with it. And eventually Yamauchi hands it off to his assistant and is directing him to play the Go game. And after some amount of time, Yamauchi is saying he's critical. He's like a Go master. He's like however they rate Go, he's like one of the top guys, like grandmaster in chess or something like that. And he's saying on this game, this isn't really what I was expecting, and Hanks, he says this isn't really good enough for Nintendo because he's expecting it to be like a world class, expert level Go game. And so he says Nintendo can't publish this because it's not up to the standard I was expecting of this Go game, And then Hank says it's good enough for bulletproof software. And so will you let me publish it under bulletproof on Nintendo? And he says, yeah, sure. So that's like the start of their relationship. And you get to play the game. That's cool. I never thought I'd get to play that. I really appreciate the fine touches and like the unexpected things that I'm finding in this game. And I get to play also the very first version of Tetris that I ever played, which was on DOS. So that brought back some memories. Yeah, enough about that game. Go play it. Go buy it. It's great. And then I got the Namco Legendary Pack, the addition to Atari 50, which tells us, how basically Atari got Namco into video games. That was pretty good so far, too. I put about an hour into that. A couple of the games I got real quick. I got Detention, which is an older game. It's like from 2018. It's a horror game. It's 2D atmospheric horror side scroller. It's sort of a story based type of experience.
I've seen it. It's like, to me it looked like a Japanese horror thing with like the kids, like school kids.
Yeah, it's kind of black and white, kind of sketchy looking. But it was really highly rated, and it was only $3, so I picked that one up. More on that one when I play it. The Pedestrian, which I have played before. The Pedestrian is a puzzle platformer where it's all taking place on street signs and like warning signs. You're like imagine like the little, cross the street guy, the stick figure guy.
Yeah, like the caution
guy. Yeah. That's very creative because you can rearrange the signs. So you see like the signs, but then you also see the backgrounds like pretty prominently featured. There's like, you're in a warehouse and, if you picture those kinds of signs that you might see, you can rearrange the signs to rearrange the puzzle and like solve the problems. That's very fun, very creative, and very cinematic. Leica, which I talked about plenty in the last episode. That's the one I've been playing the most again. I just got to say something I didn't say in the last episode. These boss fights, they're amazing so far. I've played through 2 bosses. The first one, it just like you get into a rhythm and there's this giant like sort of sandworm that's bouncing back and forth. And there's the birds are the main enemy in the game, are hanging from the sandworm. But in the meantime, you're like in a dual half pipe. So you're constantly going up and down, back and forth, and having to do flips to reload. And I don't know, it's very well polished like that. And then the second boss that I'm on right now, I played through this whole level in one night. It took me like probably 4 hours or so to play through this whole level. And then I got to the boss. It's one of these bosses that you've kind of like, you see a bit of it here in one part, then you unlock a door and you see another part of it. And then, so now I'm at the final phase of this boss, and I have spent probably 2, maybe 3 hours getting through it. I gotta say, as difficult as it is, I'm loving it. Like, it's one of those where you're just inching your way through, and you learn this portion, then you learn this portion, you go back and perfect it. It's great. I love it. I didn't play any more of Viewfinder this week. I played more of Broken Sword, but I talked about that enough earlier. I guess the last thing I'll really say is that over New Year's Eve, I played Date Everything at my sister's house. And that game is fun. I like that a lot. Jeremy, you're kind of smiling. Have you played this one before?
Yeah. Or no, I haven't played it, but I know about it.
Yeah, that's the one where you get to date your toaster.
Wasn't it in a direct or something? I remember seeing it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there's a JD Vance joke somewhere there. Every time I hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you can date if you can date a couch in it,
you can fuck your couch.
He wants to play it.
Yeah. My sister said, "Oh, we got to play this," and she handed me the controller, and we all watched it. And that's one of those where everybody can enjoy it because it's just funny, good writing, and man, I would consider getting this for sure. I think it's like $30 right now.
Yeah, it's 30 full price.
Yeah. There might be a time when I would consider getting it at 30. I thought it was really good. Yeah, it's very funny, and it's definitely not for kids. It's like M rated for sure. I kind of saw the M rating. I thought, oh really? This looks kind of like a T for teen kind of game, but nope, it's M rated. Yep, it's a mature type of game. Yep, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Oh, maybe I should say I played Dispatch as well, which is coming to Switch too.
Yeah, I think it's coming this month, the end of this month, either the end of this month or February, like everything else. But it's coming soon.
Yeah, Dispatch really impressed me. It just felt like you're watching a TV show. It's the most impressive, polished Telltale game. I know it's not Telltale, but it's some of the people who work there. It's super smooth. It really reminded me of Invincible, that Amazon show, the superhero show.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, it's a comic book.
Yeah.
It was, what's his name?
Seth Rogen.
Well, he's a producer on it, but I was talking about the writer who also wrote The Walking Dead.
Kirkman,
Jonah Hill.
And he also wrote...
Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman. But going way back to Jeremy Knight's history, he also wrote Battle Pope. Battle Pope was a Robert Kirkman comic, same person who wrote Invincible. So that kind of blew my mind. It's cool when you look at old comics that you read and you realize they were all written by writers that are famous now. And that's why you liked them, because they were written well.
So Dispatch, I was kind of wondering, what's the game like? Because everything I saw about it was just this looks like a TV show or something. So the gameplay, it's one is the familiar thing of picking dialogue paths and all that kind of thing, but the actual gamey part of it is there's two things. One is you're sort of hacking things via puzzles, and then two, you're managing a team of superheroes. So you're the guy in the call center telling the superheroes where to go, and that part of it is like a real-time strategy. So you'll see icons on the screen of different superheroes as they're moving from spot to spot and taking your direction and all that. So I don't know if I would get this one, but it was sure interesting to watch, and it's a good story. Yeah, it was entertaining, but the real-time strategy stuff, I don't know if that's for me. We'll see.
I mean, you like real-time strategy, but you don't want to admit that you like real-time strategy. Because you were playing real-time strategy games on UFO 50, and you loved it.
It's true.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah.
you like them. You
I
just don't know you like them.
I suppose.
One of these days, I'm going to get you Advanced Wars, on the cheap, and you're going to love that game. Because there's, no RPG stuff to it. You don't have to level up anybody. It's all strategy. And you're going to like it. I bet you anything you'd like that game. Because there's no cutscenes, there's no story. There's no leveling up or whatever or grinding. You just strategize the whole time, and I think
we'll see.
You'd like
I will
it.
Try Fire Emblem.
Yeah, well, Fire Emblem you won't like. There's too much story, but the story's good. I'm saying it's great. The story's great. The characters are great, but you don't like that stuff.
All right, I'm ready for break.
All right. We're gonna take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about our predictions
Break
and
time.
news and whatever else.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
We're back from the break. Let's talk about some predictions that we have for next year, or this year. It's this year. It's not next year. I need to keep, I don't know, my brain is still in 2025 mode since I've been working on the 2025.
You get a grace period. I wrote 2025 on a date today, so yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really write dates on anything, or haven't lately, but yeah, no, I mean, I've spent the week doing the 2025 best video games, whatever. Video that I do every year, so I've been kind of stuck in that time still. But those games are still relevant to me, so it doesn't really matter, what year it is or whatever. There was one cool thing I learned about it this time around is I recorded my voiceover on Audacity and then I edited it all together to make it nice, and then I stuck it in iMovie, and that was way better than trying to edit in iMovie, the audio stuff, because I'm so much better at Audacity, and that was great. Like that's the way to do it from now on. But yeah, check that out at youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast. I think I got some funny parts in there. I try to put a joke in for every game. So there's some good references to things we talk about and jokes that we make about games. But yeah, predictions for 2020, whatever year it is. This year, 2026. For the rest of this year. This is something I was thinking about just because it's part of my resolution too, I guess, is, they're making a sequel to Fire Emblem Three Houses this year. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses. It was on my Game of the Year list of 2019. It came out 2019, right? I've always wanted to beat that game, and I got like almost halfway through it. And number one, I do want to try to beat it before whatever the sequel is, just because I've always wanted to get through it. And it'd be really nice if they did like a free Switch version that had mouse control. So that's my prediction is. We get a Switch 2 version of Fire Emblem Three Houses. So I can beat it with mouse control. Because I think those games would be fun. I think I would actually use mouse control for something like Fire Emblem.
It absolutely seems like a series that would benefit from mouse control.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like all the strategy PC games that use mouse control. Yeah, sure.
I mean, Fire Emblem games are basically chess games. They really are. They're chess games with very intriguing stories and intriguing characters. But they are. It's like you have to think multiple moves ahead and all that stuff. The fun thing about playing Fire Emblem on like the GameCube app is that you can be like, all right, I'm going to try something stupid. So I'm going to do a save state, and then I'm going to see what happens. And then you could go back and redo it. And that's the way you should always play. The new Fire Emblem games, you can go back turns. If you fuck up, you can go back to your turn before, which is nice. But in the original ones, you couldn't. So at least just save at the beginning of your turn before you do anything, and then you can go back to it if you fuck up. But yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses Switch 2 version. I think this is. I just thought I'd just go kind of crazy with the next two just for the fun of it, because why not?
Sure.
I was
By the way, I was saying that number one should be your absolute lock, like definitely going to happen.
Okay, whatever. Any of those can be definitely going to happen, I guess. I didn't put that much time into thinking about these. These are just stuff I would like to happen. My prediction is that we will not have not one Mario Party GameCube game, but we will have all of the Mario Party GameCube games on the NSO by the end of the year.
Nice.
So that means Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bring them to me, all four of them. Not together, of course, but eventually at the end of the year. and we'll be able to do the microphone games because there's a microphone on Switch too. That's what I would like. Put all the Mario Party GameCube games on there. I love those games. Let's make them easier to play for me.
I didn't realize that there were 4 games on GameCube for the.
Yeah, there were three Mario Parties on 64, 4 Mario Parties on GameCube. And then there was 2 on Wii, I think. Yeah, there wasn't as many. But yeah, GameCube has the most. Like, it was doing well for them, I guess. Yeah, they had 4 Mario Party games.
Do you think they'll do it in one dump? Like, here's this month, there's Mario Party.
No.
We're going crazy.
Nintendo doesn't do that. They have not, since the launch of the GameCube app, they have never done more than one game at once, and they will not do that ever until whatever their next game is. So we'll get one at a time. But I'm predicting that by the end of the year they'll all be on there. Which
seems to me like there might be.
If I was betting, I wouldn't bet on that. But I think it would. But just to make it more extreme, I'm just saying, sure, I would love to see them all on there. I think for real we'll get one if we're lucky.
I think they could get a bigger pop if they do them all at once.
They won't do that though. They will not do that.
Over 4 months. Another Mario Party.
Yeah, but Mario Party fans don't feel like that though. They're excited when there's a new Mario Party because they're all different in their own way. They will not put them all out because Nintendo doesn't do that. They never do that, especially not for GameCube games. You'll get one, and then you get to play 4, and then you get to play 5, and then you can play the other ones, and you'll appreciate all of them in their greatness. And all right, so my number one lock one? This one was kind of a funny one to me. So Final Fantasy VII, Retribution, Revelation, whatever the fuck, Reparation, whatever they're gonna call it, is gonna be announced, and it's gonna be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, timed. It's gonna be a timed exclusive. I mean, it didn't work
for the third Final Fantasy.
For the third Final Fantasy remake, yeah. So I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but I'm saying they're going to announce it because they already said that remake is coming this month in a few weeks. Final Fantasy VII remake is coming to Switch 2, which I do still want to try out the demo just because I have it downloaded. I haven't gotten around to it, and they said that Rebirth is coming to Switch 2 also. So this is my out of left field. But we'll say this is my lock also. This is my lock of the week. Is that they will announce the name of Final Fantasy VII 3, whatever it's called. It's going to be another R. Final Fantasy 3 Reload, whatever. And it's going to be a timed exclusive for Switch 2. I just think it'd be funny because Rebirth was a timed exclusive for PlayStation 5 and it didn't really work out for them. Wouldn't it be cool if it went full circle and then they came back to having Final Fantasy be a Nintendo exclusive again? Final Fantasy VII, because it was originally a Nintendo exclusive for 64, or the original Final Fantasy VII that had all the blocky characters or whatever. It was originally supposed to be on there before we had the PlayStation one, so I just think it'd be funny if it all came back around, and then we had a Final Fantasy VII exclusively on Switch that I will never play because I don't like those games.
Turns out PlayStation really should have chose cartridges after all.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I think that Square is kind of salty on them because making Final Fantasy VII Rebirth an exclusive didn't work well for them. And nobody has PS5s in Japan. They have much more PS4s. I'm just saying. And they got a hell of a lot more Switch 2s also. So, I mean, just saying. It would be more beneficial for them to make it a Switch 2 exclusive. Timed, not all the time, just like the first few months. That's what I'm saying. And Switch is using cartridges now. That's also a funny full circle thing. How that that supposedly buried them for 64, but now they're ruling the world again with cartridges that don't have games on them. Well, the ones from Nintendo do, but And those are my 3 predictions.
Jeremy, you want me to go next, or do you want to go next?
You can go next.
Do you have any predictions? And I also wanted to not predict anything that any other people have. Like I've heard IGN say all sorts of things, so I wanted to be a little more abstract with mine because I didn't want to say
made sure
things
not
I've
to
already heard before.
Because other people have prediction stuff, so I kept some virgin ears.
Because there's one of them on yours that I would love to happen, but I heard other people talk about it. So
let me know when I say it.
Yeah.
So number 3, Nintendo's going to announce this next franchise that's going to become a movie.
And they said that, didn't they? They said they're
going
bringing
to
more franchises to movies or whatever.
Yeah, they said they're going to make more movies, but I think this year we're going to find out what that next one is, and I think it's a good chance that it's going to be Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing has the mass appeal, as evidenced by the game that's being updated as we speak.
What's the highest selling game on Switch? Period. Right.
Right.
Out of all of them.
And I think even more so the merchandising opportunities. I was thinking about this today. Like, as for a wholly owned Nintendo property, I don't think there's any other property they have that's more like Pokemon, in the sense that there's like 100 characters in this one game, and people have their favorites, and each one of them would make a great stuffed animal.
You do kind of collect them because you have to
Yeah.
get them on your island.
Man, I do not want to see my favorite Animal Crossing characters voiced by fucking Chris Pratt though, or whoever. Like, I mean, sure, yeah, it'll make money off them, but But I do not want to see that. I do not want to see my favorite characters shit on by Hollywood. I don't want that, and that's what they'll do.
Unfortunately,
It's going to be stupid.
and for anyone saying, "Well, how would that become a movie?" Well, I remind those people it's already been done.
Yeah, I've seen
There
it.
was
It's
an
really
Animal Crossing
good.
anime. It's a very good one. Yeah,
It's very hard
On
to
YouTube.
find.
It's pretty good.
It's hard to find. The only reason
you
I
can watch
got
it
it
on YouTube. It's on there.
is it on there now? Because before we had to I got a secret code from Fuchsia because you couldn't find it anywhere. But I've seen it a few times. It's really, really good. I watched it like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, maybe it's not on there now. I don't know.
I would say
But,
it wasn't
I
on
did see it
YouTube
there before.
when I watched it. It wasn't on YouTube. We had to. She sent me like a secret link to somewhere, but no, it's really good. I mean, this one was actually based on the story from the DS game, so it was made like that,
Right, Wild
like
World,
that,
yeah.
like that far back. Yeah,
It was in 2006.
because it has some stuff in it that doesn't make sense if you haven't played that game recently. Like there was some stuff at the end. I was like, oh, what's that? I was like, oh yeah, well that was from Wild World because I haven't played it in so long that I'd forgotten.
I think it just has great potential for a movie, and I think Nintendo and their licensing partners would love this to happen because they'd love to sell thousands of stuffed animals and T-shirts and all the other stuff that could come from this. And, I think it does. It's got a broad appeal, but the thing that would push it into the stratosphere would be like just a nice hour-and-a-half movie where you got a little bit more, illustration and depth to the characters, so you can identify with them even more and all that. And I think that's a good chance that we're going to hear about.
Give
the
each
Animal
character
Crossing
1
movie.
minute of exposition.
Yep.
I still want that Animal Crossing horror movie that I made the trailer for at Columbia. Real Time Prairie is what I called it, but it's about the video game that won't let go. Like it's a play on Animal Crossing, but you play the game, like the guy plays the game and then he gets a girlfriend or something and stops playing the game, but the game starts like appearing in his actual town and like the like GameCube looking characters like show up out of nowhere and they're chasing him around, and there's a car chase where he's getting chased by a low poly car. It was a great idea at the time, I thought. But yeah, I want Animal Crossing the horror movie. I still want that. I thought that was an awesome idea.
Nintendo.
That'll be when
listening?
it's public domain in 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my idea was, it's like he plays the game and then the game starts asking him stuff about his actual life, and it's like, how do you know that? And then he stops playing it, and then all of a sudden, like the Nook store like shows up like down the street, and you're like, wait, what? Why is that there? and they try to take over, and like his girlfriend gets kidnapped, and he has to go into Animal Crossing World and fight like Tom Nook, and there's a big boss battle, and he decides, and he ends up realizing that life sucks, and he spends the rest of his life in Animal Crossing. That's the way it ends. Spoilers.
My next prediction, I think 2DS and 3DS are coming this year.
That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one that was on IGN that they talked
And that's
about
the one,
at length.
It's next
Yeah.
logically, and especially since they did do the Virtual Boy.
Yeah. And so I put this down, and then I actually listened to their episode, and so I will admit that I borrowed one thing which I agreed with from their episode after the fact. They reminded me that there was a detachable screen patent.
There was one a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
yeah. I mean,
I think
I would love to see DS games like revitalized, but I mean, how much? I don't want to pay like $500 for another screen to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they could do it for $100 or whatever.
not in this economy.
Yeah, I just wanted to be
Maybe
like
120.
I wanted to do it a
120
second
at
screen
least.
some other way than actually have a physical second screen you have to attach.
Yeah, I mean, I would
think
like
you
to.
I think they're going to make it so you can do it either way. So, like, if you want to play it on one screen, you can, have your screens oriented side by side, or you can do top and bottom if you want to, or whatever. I think they'll figure it out. The trick will be also the 3D, though. I don't think they're going to necessarily like give up on the 3D, but my thought was that it would be something like what they prototyped for Luigi's Mansion on GameCube, like 20 years ago. They did this 20 years ago, that if you could put some kind of thing on top of the screen to make the 3D effect, and maybe you pair that with maybe it's all one thing. Like you got the bottom screen has a sort of layer you put on, but then the top is the extra screen. I think something like that would make sense. And
Or you could use the Virtual Boy thing. Or you could use your
Maybe you
$100 plastic Virtual Boy thing and put that on. And
Maybe
it'll be
also could.
3D and you just won't see the second screen because it really doesn't matter.
But I think like if I think there are people, myself included, who would pay $120 or whatever, up to even $150. It's less than getting a 3DS these days, a decent one anyway. I would do that. So
I'd like to see it
That'd be
happen,
cool.
but I don't want to pay that much for it. I just make it an option where I can put them both on the same screen. That'll be fine.
yeah, and I would do that too. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, make a free.
I just want the second screen to be the television or a phone or something like that that I already have. Not if there's going to be a second screen. I don't want to buy another screen. I might as well just buy a TV, which I already have.
I heard them talking about, like putting one on top and flipping it over. Yeah, that's going to be heavy as hell. If they were going to do it, I'd rather like you just buy another screen and snap your Joy-Cons on it or whatever, and that's your second screen and the TV. But make it cheaper than the actual screen, the Switch 2 screen. I don't know. That's how I'd prefer to do it. I mean, just basically what we already had in a system called the Wii U, which already had all of this greatness, but nobody understood
Let us
it.
use our Switch One as the second screen.
Just make it so we can hook our
Or
Wii
just
U,
our phones, or
our Wii U controllers. Make our Wii U controllers Bluetooth to the Switch too, and then now you have it solved. I know so many of us have them.
Whatever they come up with, I think it's going to be very customizable in that way.
Yeah, sure.
But my number one, my lock, I'm going a little bit out on a limb here, maybe.
Yeah,
I think they will.
A very flimsy limb, but yeah.
I think they will introduce a Nintendo Switch 2 VR. I think there's a reason for bringing back the Virtual Boy. I think they're not just ones to like dig up their greatest failure, and
For fun.
throw it out there for nothing. I think this is a precursor to say, hey, we were the first, we tried this once, and now, 6 months down the line, whatever it is, here's where we're going next. And their annual report from 2025 actually confirmed that they are still looking into VR and AR. So there's evidence to back this up.
The only thing though is, I mean, Sony, they got a VR headset and they've completely ditched it, and so
they've discontinued it,
and so is Meta, and so is a lot of people. It doesn't really seem like a viable thing right now.
But
Nintendo is never
never
non-viable. Like they're very like they didn't even go HD because not enough people had HD TVs yet, like in the Wii time, and
But
nobody has VR headsets. I don't know.
Nintendo's also never one to follow the beaten path. They do their own.
They've also never been one to like VR or new VR, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
what was it, Miyamoto? Somebody said that it wasn't viable. Like people didn't play it long enough. It wasn't like a regular video game system, because it seemed like only certain people have them, or only certain rich people have them. I don't know. I mean, if it happens, I will be really.
The barrier of entry is getting smaller.
I'll be really surprised, and I'll buy both of you eShop cards. But I really don't think it's happening.
Not a logical thing. I don't think. If it was anything, it would be using the headset. If they did anything with Switch 2 VR, I think it's not like.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me to sell like a $600 headset on top of a $500 system or whatever that's supposed to be portable anyway. It just doesn't make. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me for them to do that. Like I said, especially with so many other companies abandoning VR. Also, it just doesn't seem like. It doesn't feel like the way that Nintendo would go. But if they do, then wow, we're in a crazy time. And you can buy one and tell me how it is, because I'm not getting one of those.
I'll do it.
I'm not paying for a VR headset.
I think that the what would separate it from being just the plastic Virtual Boy, whatever, is that it would include hand tracking. That it would have some kind of extra camera on it, so it could track your hands as all the modern VR headsets do.
So you can flip people off in games. It'll scan your finger.
Yeah, that's right.
And it'll happen. You can flip people off in Zelda. Fuck you, Ganon. I don't want to flip
that's
you
it.
again
That's
for
my
the billionth
predictions.
time. Do you got some predictions?
Oh yeah.
Let's
So I'd say
a new DS, new handheld system.
No. I did ask. I did say.
I did think about that. I think about when you used to predict that every year for E3 when E3 existed, that we'd get another Game Boy or whatever, or like a dedicated handheld again. Ever since the birth of the Switch.
I mean, we kind of have the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll end on the one that's my lock. So I think okay. I think that we're gonna see something about the new 3D Mario this year. They're gonna show some kind of teaser for it or whatever. If it's not even like a video, if it's just a title screen, I mean, they're not beyond that. And I don't think we're getting that until next year. And that'll be a Switch 2 exclusive. That'll be Nintendo finally being like, you gotta have a Switch 2 to play the new Mario game. That's one of my predictions. I think it's a pretty logical one.
You're saying that a preview this year, but we don't get the game until next year.
Correct.
Yeah, like a direct teaser. Yeah, I don't think we're getting a new Zelda or Mario this year. Like as of coming out,
we might get a 2D like remake Zelda or something, but
yeah, and we just got a 2D. I mean, they normally alternate, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're getting a new one of either of those.
I want them to remake Zelda 2, but yeah, we'll see if that ever happens.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd
be into that because I've barely played the NES one, so it would be brand new to me.
Let's see. Here's my out on a limb one, but because I actually believe this could happen now, is that they do bring Wii Virtual Console this year, including some sort of Wii remote peripheral or a way to sync old Wii remotes to the Switch. I don't know if that's possible, and it's gonna be ready for the holiday season, and you're gonna be able to get a bundle that has the controllers and Wii Sports, and they're gonna try to sell it all over again.
Even though we have Wii Sports on the Switch too.
Yeah, it'll be the original Wii
but
Sports.
But it's not.
Though,
yeah,
so
but it's different one. It's
trying to get the
Spaco Square or whatever
to broaden the market, get the older folks onto Nintendo again, and be like, hey, remember when we used to play, Wii bowling all the time? We can do that again if you buy this.
If you just click on Wii Play, does it send you a Wii Boat in the mail?
I don't know.
A Wii what?
I said if you just click on Wii Play, does it send you a Wiimote in the mail? How do I get my free Wiimote with the?
Yeah. You got to buy the game.
Oh yeah,
when it comes with it.
I don't know. It's just something I see in my head, like a special edition that comes with Wiimotes and Switch Sports.
You'd finally be able to play Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 properly.
Yeah.
And not stupidly, like how it is.
The one I think it's probably going to happen is, I'm saying new Mario Maker, but if not, just some sort of level creation tool using the mouse and using like.
Oh yeah, I thought about that.
They got to use the mouse for something this year. They got to make something where they're really pushing the mouse functionality more than Drag X Drive or just as like an alternate control on other things.
Yeah, we need that showpiece mouse game.
Or Mario Paint on Super Nintendo, the re-release of Mario Paint. I mean, that was actually one I considered for my prediction or whatever. But
I think I'm fairly confident there's going to be some sort of like creative game making suite or something like that.
Yeah, or what was the ones that were on the DD that we never got? The Mario Artist series.
Yeah.
Like, bring out something like that. Yep, I'm all for it.
I'd like to see something else with the mouse. Even though, like I said earlier, like if you like throw like a Switch 2 update on like Fire Emblem or either of the Fire Emblems that isn't like $20, I'll totally do that and play those games with the mouse. Why not? Is that 3?
That's 3.
Oh, okay. 3. All right.
Under resolutions?
What's our next thing? All right. So yeah, resolutions. I wanted to listen to whatever our last one, because we do this every year. I just didn't have time to it. I was like, what? Because I'm sure we've done some that we've actually done. I kind of made resolutions to myself that I've sort of done. You know, like I said, like don't buy a game that you won't play, no matter how much it's on sale. That's a big one that I don't do anymore. Don't buy games on sale that you don't have time to play. And another one was just try to play more of your Game of the Year stuff. But I did. I think I did pretty good this year. Like I always beat about half of them, and the ones that aren't beat, I'm pretty close. You know, but I always make this. I make this one every year, and I don't do it. But my resolution was to make more edited YouTube videos like the top 10 video, and I just want to try to do that just to make myself better at it, I guess. So it's not as much of a chore when I do it once a year. So that's what I always say. But maybe I'll try to put myself to it more this time or whatever. And this is another one that I always say that I still don't do, is to get a digitally sealed game and beat it and go all the way to credits on a game that I've never played that I own.
One that you already own that's digitally sealed.
Yeah, I have a folder. I have a sealed folder of games that
And you've really got your eye on?
Huh?
And you've really got your eye on that you're thinking about?
I don't know what's in there because I've never played them. Like honestly, it's not something. If I was thinking about playing it, I would have played it by now. But I mean, it's like it's stuff I got for real cheap, and I just never played them because I didn't have time to play them. And I, whatever. Like I said, buy games you don't play. But yeah, I've always wanted to do that. And another thing I really wanted to do was beat one of my old Game of the Year games that I never beat. But that goes with the Fire Emblem Three Houses Switch 2 remake. Because if all that happens, that would be an old Game of the Year game that I never beat that I always wanted to beat. My number one most wanted Game of the Year game that I never beat that I want to beat is Valkyria Chronicles 4. I really liked that game a lot, and it still pains me that I stopped playing it. That's the action-based Fire Emblem. It's like Fire Emblem, but you also walk around and it has third-person shooting stuff. It's really cool. I really liked it a lot. But I didn't beat it. But I put a lot of hours into it. That's the one that's always in the back of my head. I was like, someday, one of these years, I'm going to beat Valkyria Chronicles 4. I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to remember how to play it at all. And I'll play it for like a minute and be like, all right, I don't know how to play this. But no, I just want to do that. Go back and play old Game of the Year stuff. And yeah, those are my resolutions.
On a similar note, mine is apparent to anybody who's paid attention to promises I've made in the last couple of months or year or two on this show. And I'm going to say that I will 100% Tears of the Kingdom, which might have been my resolution from last year, but I'm going to do it this time.
For the past like 5 years since it's been out.
Yeah.
I was hoping the resolution was to beat those 100 games that you got like 2 years ago. Or years before. You have hundreds of games that you've done. I'd like to see you get to credits on some of those when you pick like a whole bunch of them.
My resolution is to leave those games sealed, just the opposite of your resolution.
Not play any of the 100 games you've bought in previous years.
Yep. That's it for me.
Playing games is fun. It's a fun thing to do.
I've heard.
That's all your resolutions?
That's all.
I thought we had to have 3, so I came up with 3.
Oh, did you have 3? I don't. I mean, I didn't say. I
just
didn't
did one.
I didn't give a number. I put 1 because I didn't want to pressure you to do more. Even though John
I want to
pressured
pour
us to
all
do
my
3.
resolution into the Tears of the Kingdom. I need to.
Well, I mean, I did say that I'll play Breath of the Wild again just to see how the VR stuff works with it. With the when I get the Virtual Boy cardboard thing February 17th, so I'll play that one. And whenever they make whatever the next Zelda thing is, I'll go back and beat Tears of the Kingdom. But that'll be whenever that is.
I mean, now's the time to play it on the Switch too.
Yeah, but I don't want to play it now.
Looks the best it's ever looked.
I only want to play it when I have to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, one of my big ones is something that I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I feel like I play so much hours of video games. I wish I played more online with friends.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that. That's a genuine one.
I want some social hours represented in there, and not that was all just me. Like sometimes I'm hanging out with Shauna while I play, but it's mostly a solitary experience.
I do kind of want to do the game chat with no chat thing still. Like, if you're playing a game and I'm playing a game, you could just like share it, just so I could see where you're at on Cyberpunk or something like that. But you don't have to talk to me. You can see whatever I'm playing. Like, I kind of like that idea.
I'm down for that.
You know, like, because we do play games. Well, Jeremy and I play games a lot around the same time. And what was it? Shake actually wanted me to make a game chat video with him too, which I told him I'd get to once I got done with the top 10 video. So
This week we got to do the Animal Crossing thing. I want to do that.
okay, well we'll have to
we'll just figure that out.
figure out times. Our times are
Which is part of playing games with friends online. You gotta work it out. But I want to do more of that, and then I also want to get back to doing a Ring Fit. And I know I've probably said that before.
Oh, the old Ring Fit. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I want to get back to it because I always did get pretty sweaty when I do it, so I know it was.
It's
working something
effective.
out.
yeah, I mean, you just gotta find. I mean, I don't do Ring Fit, but I ride my exercise bike like 5 times a week, and I've been doing it for a while. You just gotta find a time where you'll do it. So I just do it whenever I get up. I just wake up and then I go ride the bike for a half hour, and then I go do whatever else, and I just try to work it in to my schedule. You know, but
First
don't
thing
try
in the morning.
But don't
that's,
try to.
That's always a good one.
Yeah, but
Yep.
don't try to overdo it. Like I remember when we were trying to do it, you did it like every day for a week. Like I think that's, you know, maybe try to do it like once a week or 2 times a week, and just try to keep that consistent, and then like go up from there. Is what I would say for that sort of thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get back into it.
And you'll have to you have to sync you have to make sure your old Joy-Cons are charged and sync them, and you know,
That's true.
That's the way to, because we can't do it with the new ones.
That's very true.
I got a Ring Fit in here too, but it hurts my knees to do those squats.
I actually don't even know where my Switch is right now. I've got it stashed somewhere.
I think last time I played Ring Fit, I hurt myself doing the squats. So,
And remember, there was a update or an update to the patent or whatever that some evidence that they're going to
that there might be
another
Ring Fit 2 or one
with
that'll
the
fit. One
Joy-Con 2 attachment. Yeah.
The one that'll fit better, and
It'll
probably
be Sphere Fit. It'll be an exercise ball.
hopefully a better like leg strap or whatever, you know.
Right. What was it? Is that everything I said? Oh no, the other thing is that I want to finally beat Resident Evil Village. So when it comes out on the Switch,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
You
there.
got to get on that one.
Yeah, you got to beat that game. That game's great.
I know, and as much as I like 4, I've been told like this is the closest to 4.
I said that. It reminds me of 4 also.
Yeah,
I know
so-
your other friends did too, but I did say that on the show.
That
It
needs
did
to be
remind
my
me.
game that I play.
It's got moments in
Even though
it.
it scares the shit out of me.
It's got moments in it that totally remind you of remind me of 4. You know, like you got like a lake monster that you fight. Like there's parts that you could be like, oh, okay, this is like this part and this like this part. And plus, it's like, don't think it's scary because it's totally batshit weird. That game is like, there's all this stuff that it kind of stops being scary pretty quickly because everybody is so weird and it's so super over the top. But I love it. And you could, I don't know if it'd be easier. You could put it in third person mode. Apparently, that's less scary. It's why the Japanese people like it. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I played through the Resident Evil 4 remake, and that was really scary, but I got through it just because I knew I liked the game so much. So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Resident Evil, there's a direct coming up tomorrow for Resident Evil, and supposedly there's going to be new. Well, it's been rumored that those remakes are coming to Switch too, so maybe we'll see that tomorrow.
They better, because I don't know why they wouldn't. They're
Like official versions of them, but most importantly, the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I never played that. Well, I played the demo of it, but I'd like to play the whole thing.
Exquisite remake.
Yeah, you really liked it, and I could have got it on PS4, but I didn't. I don't play PS4. But yeah, is that all for resolutions?
Resolutions, yeah, that's all
right.
to say.
So
Finally,
games you're excited
for.
Games you're excited for. This one is the one that I like the best because I'm always excited about games that are coming up, especially the ones that are coming up in February. Speaking of which, what Jeremy just mentioned, that's one of those February games. Well, Resident Evil Requiem, but also Village and the whatever. It's just Resident Evil, but Resident Evil 7, which is just called Resident Evil. But I'm excited about those. Those are at the end of the month. I'm excited about Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. That's on the 5th. I'm excited about Yakuza Kiwami 3, which is coming out on the 12th. And I'm excited about Ys 10 Proud Nordics, which is coming out on the 20th. So I have a game every week that I am excited about in February. And also, Virtual Boy will be out on the 17th in February. Adding on top of those, thankfully I already paid for that one, so they'll just send it to me. But This one, I mean, I guess I did hear this on another podcast, but it reminded me that I was already excited about it. And that's a Persona 4 Revival. They're supposed to do a remake of Persona 4, and I loved Persona 4. That was first Persona I ever played, and I always really loved the soundtrack on there. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed in there. There's a whole part with the homosexual guy that doesn't want to be homosexual. There's a lot of gay panic stuff in there, but I'd really like to see them fix it and see what it comes. And it wasn't announced for Switch yet, but I don't think it was really announced for anything, and Switch 2 didn't exist when it was announced, and they haven't really shown anything about it. So I think with all the support Sega's been bringing to Nintendo, I think there's a good chance we'll see Persona 4 Revival on Switch 2, and I will buy it because I love Persona. And of course, the other big one that I'm excited for, no surprise, is Trails in the Sky Second Chapter. That one of these days, I got to talk to somebody about the end of that game, because that ending was awesome. It's like, all right, we did all these things, but let me throw a whole bunch of info on you that's going to make you really want to play the next game, and they did a really cool job with it. And there's a trailer in there that you can see in the video that I put together on YouTube, but I didn't put the whole trailer in there, but there's a second of it. But yeah, those are my most anticipated games as of right now that we know of.
Yeah, February's a good month. That's where I want to play the Dragon Quest 12. Well, I definitely want to finish the demo first, but
Or Dragon Quest 7.
or the 7 one. Yes,
Say
yes,
not
7.
12 yet. We don't know anything about 12. That one's been MIA for a while, unfortunately.
Right. And the Virtual Boy stuff, of course. Which I still need to order my cardboard headset. But March, I really want to try Pokopia because I didn't realize it, but it's actual like people that worked on Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah, that's what I heard too from Axe. Yeah, we're saying they had some workers.
So now
on
I'm
there.
like, well, shit, maybe this is going to be the Dragon Quest Builders 3 that I always wanted, and I'm going to get it finally.
Oh yeah, no, I could see you losing in multiple hours in that game in the whatever the fuck it's called, Pokopia. I can't pronounce it right, but
Yeah.
but you love you like the Minecrafts, and you really got into Dragon Quest Builders too. So I could see you losing yourself in that game.
But other than that, it's kind of like everything else the rest of the year. It's kind of whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be cool stuff, cool indie stuff, and all that. But
You guys aren't super excited for Mario Tennis?
I guess Pragmata. I wanted to see what that's all about.
Oh, the other Capcom game. I am like excited about.
I'm curious about that.
About Monster Hunter Stories 3, but I mean it wasn't like top 3 worthy.
I don't have any high expectations for the Yoshi game because
I'm excited about that game.
why would I?
I love those games. I like all of them, and the new ones are good. And you guys who don't like them are haters.
I'm a hater.
I
love Yoshi's Island. I love that game.
Yoshi's Woolly World on Wii U was great. That was probably the best one. But I mean, Crafted World was good too. It just wasn't as good as Woolly World. But I'm very excited about the new one.
The Kirby and the Epic Yarn and the Yoshi and all the fuzzy stuff, that doesn't differentiate itself enough from one from the other.
Yeah, you got Yoshi Kirby blindness, I think is what they call it. Right?
Yeah.
They're all the same to you. It's like a form of
pretty much.
racism towards cute creatures. John's like, cute creatures. No, I don't like them.
Creaturism.
Yeah. But no, I am excited.
Jeremy got some more?
I am excited about Yoshi.
No, that's pretty much it.
My most excited game is GTA 6.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
November.
I was going to put that in my prediction. Not coming out this year.
It's not.
That's my
You don't
lock.
think so?
That is my lock. It's not coming out this year.
You think they would give 2 dates? Really? They gave
Yeah,
the
I
date
do.
for May and then for November. And
Yeah. How many times has Nintendo done it? Everybody does it.
I would say.
And how fucked up is our country right now?
if they missed their holiday release, though, because I don't know. If it does come out this year, it'll be the holiday one for sure. But I don't think it's coming out.
I thought it was pretty funny that on PlayStation's website, it had you could vote for your most anticipated game of next year, and GTA was not on there because they know it's not coming out. It was not an option.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you couldn't even pick it because it wasn't there. Because it's not fucking happening. That's why.
well, anyway, I'm excited for it.
You're excited for 2027 GTA 12 or whatever it's called.
I'll say I'm excited for GTA 6 in 2026. here I am being excited for it.
I hope it comes to Switch, so you don't have to waste your money on a PS5.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out close enough to an announcement of a PS6. So
you can pay $2,000 for the system for one game. Actually, it'll probably only be $1,000.
yeah, I don't know.
It's not going to be cheap. the PS6.
Yeah, it'll be 1,000. Yeah, that's a pretty solid prediction. The next round of systems will be closer to that.
Well, I heard people saying that for the Steam box
machine.
or whatever, that it could be around that too.
I believe that for sure.
Yeah, and or the next Xbox too.
I guess I could throw that on the list if Steam Machine is coming out this year. I'm excited for that. I'm curious about that. I might get that for the right price.
It would be cool if you could just get that and get GTA 6 on that.
True.
Because you'd have more to play on it. I just don't want you to buy a whole system for one game. It just seems so,
True.
like that's a waste. That's a lot of money being spent there.
GTA 6 is a lifestyle.
And I know how you budget your money. Like you budget your
do.
money constantly and don't buy games that you want to play, but then you spend a lot on one game, which may not even be good. We don't know.
It'll be good.
Game. Well, for people,
Nintendo.
Well, for people who like GTA, we'll like it.
Nintendo games that I'm excited about. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, coming spring 2026. We don't know too much more about this game, so I'm excited to see more whenever they're ready to reveal it.
I'm guessing it's going to be like the other ones, where you don't really play it. You just kind of watch it play itself, and then you laugh at the funny things that happen.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
It's not really a game. Yeah, it's an ant farm. You kind of just watch them do their thing. But I mean, it's silly, and you can put Reagan from The Exorcist in there and see how she interacts with Iron Man. That was what happened in my in my Tomodachi Life. It was I brought in a whole bunch because I had all these weird like Mii's that I had scanned into my 3DS, and I had the Exorcist girl in there. So it was interesting. I had some really weird people in the house. But the cutest thing was that Jess and I's Mii's got married without me doing anything. So that was sweet. Because you hear about other people being like, "Oh no, I married this," but I was like, "Well, no, our Mii's married each other in the game." So, yeah.
The other game I'm really excited about is 007 First Light.
Yeah, that one got delayed too, but I think it'll still come out.
But only a short delay though. It was supposed to come out in March, but it's going to come out May 27th, so just a 2-month delay.
That's closer to my birthday. I'm interested. I am kind of intrigued by this game just because of, my own love for the Bond series and whatnot. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'll listen to you talk about it on the show and see how I feel about it after.
Definitely buying this day one. Yep.
Because I mean, I would
Hitman
be surprised
meets
if you. I'd be surprised if you didn't because of the many, many hours you put into Hitman.
And that's it, huh? That's all the games we're excited for.
Well, that we know of. There'll be. I mean, there's plenty other ones that I'm excited. I mean, I don't know. This is what we know.
My hope is that my Game of the Year 2026 isn't on this list because we don't know about it yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was looking at the thing that I'm afraid of is that my Game of the Year for 2026 is just going to be sequels to all the games from my Game of the Year of 2025.
Oh, right.
Which is already looking like that. Because we got...
Maybe they'll be terrible.
It's like Kiwami 2, Kiwami 3, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 7. It's like Trails in the Sky. It's like it's just going to be sequels to everything. It'd be funny if there was a UFO 51 too that we could put in there. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about all those games. I think they're going to be great. I'd just be, I don't want my list to be the same again, but all the sequels. But those are the ones that I want to play. So whatever. What can I say? I'm basic. But do we move on to news and see what's left?
Yeah, sure.
News and news. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
There's one news thing that I think is really cool. I'm going to mention it to you. I think all of us will find some interest in it. There's a Star Trek Voyager game coming out in February, and it's a new game. It's not a re-release. It's a new Star Trek Voyager game, and it's like an FMV game too. That's what I'm saying. Like how all of us would be interested in it. It's and it's like a ship simulator type thing where I guess you can go through events from Star Trek Voyager and have different outcomes or whatnot. I just heard about it the other day, and there's a demo coming out too for Switch too, so we can all play it for free. But yeah, no, it's got like it's like an FMV thing with real actors, but it's new. Like it got announced last year, and it just I thought it was old because like who cares about Voyager anymore? I mean we do, but
So that's interesting. So it's a FMV and it's about Voyager, which that was the one from like the mid '90s or something like that.
No. Next Generation was mid '90s. Well, Next Generation started in the late '80s.
Which one was
went
Captain
through the mid
Janeway?
'90s.
It started in 86 or 87.
Yeah, but Janeway was Voyager, but Voyager was like 2000.
Voyager, was like
Okay.
late 90s to the early 2000s, I think.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, my point is that they're doing FMV, but they're doing something from 25 years ago. So is everybody like, are they bringing back the actors? Or are they all 25 years older now, or what?
Well, I don't think they have Janeway and all of them. Like she was in the really really good Star Trek. What was it? Star Trek Prodigy, which was on Netflix. It's an excellent show. She came back as a hologram version of Janeway, but she was really good in it.
Or is this going to be like the same ship, 25 years on?
I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't think it takes. I think it takes place in the time of Voyager. Like it's not supposed to be
over
like
here off camera where you never
So
saw.
it'll be like
no. It's you're
extra episodes or something.
No, you're actually going through events that happen in the show. You're just picking different outcomes. Is the idea of it? It's like it's supposed to be like a Star Trek what if game.
Can you kill
which I think
Neelix?
is cool. Yeah. Well, some people want to, right?
Send Neelix out to
He is kind of weird.
scout the planet by himself.
You can
Make
be
sure he wears a red shirt.
it could be nicer to what was it? Who was his girlfriend? The one
remember.
from SLC Punk where she like I guess there was trouble with the actor and she like left and came back later in like a time episode. You remember that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tashiar?
No, she's a Next Generation.
I know.
I know you know the difference. I thought her name was Kay something. She's what's her face? Sandy. I like Sandy from SLC Punk.
I think I'm going to
Same
marry
actor.
Sandy.
It's not Trish.
I think I'm going to marry Trish.
Yeah. But no, I mean I just they don't make enough Star Trek games, so I'm excited.
Well, you
about it.
pre-order it now.
I want to play the demo. It's going to have a free demo for Switch. I guess it's out for other systems, but not Switch 2 yet. But it should be soon.
There's a new game that I was interested in, which I just found out about today.
Kess. Her name was Kess. I was close. I said K.
Kess.
I know it's something with a K and it's short.
She's only like 2 or something.
Yeah, and because Neelix is kind of creepy to her, right? Because they're sort of dating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do all of this in the Voyager game when it comes out.
Yeah.
You can be creepy to Kess too.
This game is on sale right now called Big Hops. But
Yeah,
Trey,
yeah,
we were
it's
kind of
out.
talking about this today. It's like Polygon said that it was like kind of on par with Donkey Kong Bonanza is what they implied in their article. It's a 3D platformer.
Sounds like clickbait to me. I mean, can
That sound like
can you turn into a zebra and other things in this hopping game?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's $17.99, so I guess you could think on that scale. On sale for $17.99. You're a frog and you like kind of hop around and use your tongue as like a lasso or something, and you can reel things in like Yoshi or latch onto a ledge and flip yourself around with it. So it looks kind of cool, like a quality indie 3D platformer.
Yeah, I guess some people liked it. Yeah, that's one of the releases that's coming out this week. Let's see what else we have. Mio, Memories in Orbit. I remember seeing that on a direct, but I don't remember exactly what it is. Mio,
It's a
a
Metroidvania.
nimble robot with extraordinary abilities. I don't know. Is it a Metroidvania? There's a lot of those. Oh, hey,
It is.
there's a new game that we haven't talked about that Jeremy's like put a bunch of
I
time
know.
in.
I just noticed that too.
It's
I
fucking
totally forgot about
yeah,
it.
Suika Game Planet, like the sequel to Suika came out like
Yeah,
a few
Suika
weeks
Planet.
ago, and you already got like some hours in there, right? Like 10
Yeah, I
plus
played it.
hours.
I've played it most days. I don't know how I forgot about it.
Yeah, what's it? Is it? Does it feel different from the original one? Like, does it?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's like a circle now, right? Like you can
Yeah.
drop them from all angles.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you like put a little bit of a Mario Galaxy spin on the Suika Planet formula or the Suika Fruits formula, because One thing it kind of reminded me of is like when you went to Tetris Attack, and there's like the 3D mode in Pokemon Puzzle.
Yeah, in Puzzle League.
Or Puzzle League, yeah. It's kind of like that because it creates like, the edges touch each other. It's just in a circle instead of like a big cylinder. It's just a 2-dimensional circle. But everything falls towards the center and pushes out from the center, and you just can't go beyond the edge of the bubble. So that represents like the boundary you can't go out of. And it's really fun. It felt weird at first, but after like 5 or 10 minutes, you're back into the swing of things, and you got to change your strategies up a little bit because things aren't just going up. Like they can get pushed out of any side of the thingy. So you have to be careful about how you stack things up from all angles, and it's cool.
I like it. Are you and Shauna playing that? I remember she was really into the other one.
Oh yeah, we're both playing it.
Does it have any sort of multiplayer?
Not yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure they'll add it eventually, and you'll have to pay for it.
Does it have more music? Because the original one only had one song, and it got annoying really quickly.
It's the same damn song.
It's not even a new song?
Same song?
It's the same fucking song.
Well, because the original one had had some DLC with different songs. I remember that.
So there is DLC with different songs, but you have to pay for it.
So that's why this is so cheap.
That's how they
it's
get
like
you.
$1.99 per
new song.
theme that comes with a different song, and then they'll do like. There might be like an alternate theme, but I just turned the music off.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
But you can buy new themes. But the scores are a lot higher in this, so that makes it kind of more fun because it's rare that I break 2,000 in the original one, but I'll usually break 2,000 in this mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it easier now that there's like kind of like more,
I don't know if it's
more
easier,
dimension
it's
to it? I guess
different.
Like more possibility of the balls
Shauna thinks it's a
touching
little
each other
easier.
or whatever. I would think maybe that since it's a bigger space or whatnot, it might be a little easier. I don't know.
Also, I think it's a little more fun because things don't get stuck as permanently. Like in the first version, like stuff gets stuck at the bottom and you really just can't get to it unless you get like a really good chain reaction. But in this, you can actually like break the stuff on top of it and then push it out from the other side. So you can kind of like shove the little cherries out and deal with them on the outside. So there's like strategies and stuff I've been developing. My high score is almost 4,000.
You can do like some sort of can you compare yourself with other people? Does it have whatever that's called where you get online and it shows you like how your score
leaderboard.
Is versus leaderboard? Yeah. Is there a leaderboard mode on there?
Yeah, there's a leaderboard. There is a leaderboard, but I can't so far unless because I am friends with Shauna and her stuff isn't showing up in mine. It's just whatever the global leaderboard is, but I hope there's a way to set it to where you could just see your friends' scores because that'd be fun.
I'm sure you all forgot about the Tetris 99 Animal Crossing thing over
I did
the weekend.
forget about
But
it. I did.
I did manage I did find time to get the theme. Well, I just basically took.
I feel bad.
I took like 20 minutes and unlocked it like after a night of editing or whatever, because I still. They still got me on those themes. I don't want to miss any of them. It's basically the theme is like because I went and looked back at the old Animal Crossing theme. It's pretty much the same theme, but with different heads and different colors. Like it's kind of the exact same design, but just colored differently. But it's whatever. It's got the same Animal Crossing music. But I need those themes, so I went and got it.
There's a game that came out last month, just before Christmas, that I'm interested in. We're playing catch up here because there's some interesting things over the last 3 weeks as we've had some abnormal type episodes. But one that I'm really interested in is Arcade Archives, The Outfoxies. This doesn't sound familiar to you. The reason that it's so cool is this was apparently the inspiration for Smash Brothers. It's a platform. It's an arcade platform fighter from Namco, which I think came out in like 95 or something like that, 96. And you're like a bunch of assassins who are like called together by some mysterious Mr. X type or whatever, and you have to. He's ultimately like playing everybody against each other, and so that's sort of the setup for this 2D arcade fighting game where the platforms, you leap around platforms, and there's environmental effects, and there's power-ups, and yep, all that sounds like Smash Brothers. So I'm really curious about this one. You can get that on Switch 1 or Switch 2. The Switch 2 one is $16.99, which is $2 more than the Switch 1 one, which I don't quite understand Arcade Archives and their pricing on Switch 2 versus Switch 1.
Yeah, me either. I accidentally bought Ridge Racer twice because of that, because I was confused. But at least when I got it for Switch, it was only like $1. Like you could, I guess they just charged me the difference. But yeah,
regardless, I think this game sounds cool, and just for historical purposes, I want to try it.
It might be one of those things. Like I know, like some Japanese companies, you have to charge something. That's like why what was it? Why Fantasy Life charged like 99 cents or whatever, because they couldn't just do the upgrade for free, something like that. And Trails did the same thing, where you got the 99-cent upgrade for Switch 2.
Yeah, speaking of that, we got that one coming out.
Oh, that's a different game. No, the newest game in the Trails series, but way ahead of where I'm at. I've only played Trails 1. This is like Trails 13 or something. So, that one
should be out now, right?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I have to get. I'm not going to get it because it's way ahead. I'm not there yet. I got to wait through all the other ones. No, I want to play them in order. Even though I did play the demo of one of them, Trails Through Daybreak, just to see the similarities, because supposedly the battle system from Trails 1 is taken from those. But I still think the battle system in Trails 1 is better. It's quicker. Like you can see the similarities, but that one seems slower. But whatever. But I know there's a demo out for that, but I gotta wait I gotta get through all the other trails before I get there. I don't want to jump all the way to the end without playing the in-betweens. I need to know what happens to Olivier. Where's he at?
We got a couple of games that were on Switch 1 that are now on Switch 2. Stardew Valley, which I did try out the Stardew Valley update.
Oh,
it's cool to play that with the mouse.
I downloaded the Switch 2 version, but I didn't play it.
So did I.
I never played it, but I downloaded it. I mean, it's free. I just updated it. Did you use, because you can use mouse stuff, right, for it?
Yeah, that's the big difference. I don't think there's anything different than that, to my understanding.
Can you like move your guy? Can you like click on a thing and they'll move to it? Like, what do you use mouse for in it?
That's pretty much that's it. I'm trying to remember that. I think it was like point and click.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you don't,
for like a couple minutes.
Because you don't really like decorate like you would in Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing, it's like to move the stuff around in your house, but you don't really do that in that. So it'd have to be, you would have to be just make it more like the PC version, I guess. And you could just.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I only played it for a few minutes. Yeah. That was like a week or two ago. Tomba Special Edition, which I still got my eye on these Tomba games. I've always wanted to try these. Now they're on Switch 2 and looking sharper or whatever. Let's see what else. You got some DLC for Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Yeah, I played that. Back. I played that already. It's actually in my video. Well, you see a little bit from the Nights into Dreams festival, because I captured some stuff from there, because I wanted to talk about how you can unlock decals for your car from each of the new characters. And what was it? Pac-Man's out now. There's also some footage from the Minecraft level in there, from the Minecraft racetrack that I really liked. But Pac-Man, the Pac-Man DLC is out now, and they pushed the Monkey Ball stuff to next month. It was supposed to be out this month for free, but for whatever reason, it got pushed to February also. But that's free, so I'll definitely jump back again. Those festivals are really fun to do, because they have you play in like teams, and they're named after different characters from whatever the game is. And Sonic Racing Crossworlds is actually getting a physical release on a Switch 2 version, physical release in March, all on the card. No game key card. So
nice.
Hooray. Way to go, Sega. You learned from your past mistakes. So I can put it on my list again for this year, because it just got re-released. So Sonic Racing Crossworlds, number 1, 2026 game. Now, I wouldn't do that, but I do like that game, and I'm happy that they're releasing a physical game with the whole game on it. Smart. Everybody else should be doing this now.
Jeremy, did you play the DLC for Fantasy Life I?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I talked about it a little bit on the show. Yeah, it's like a roguelike mode in the quote-unquote open world part of the game. So you just go to there's a little tent that appears on your island, and you go talk to this new character, and he has you go to Dreamland. And so you go to Dreamland, and that's where you do this like alternate universe, whatever version of your open world, where you have to unlock sections of the map, and you collect items that you trade for stuff you can bring back into the waking world. That's pretty much it. But it's fun. It's more to do in a game that already has a shit ton to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool they're adding more stuff for free. I mean,
I agree.
I'm about that, all about that.
There's a re-release of or modern retro computer of the Commodore 64 called the Commodore 64 Ultimate.
I'm kind of curious about that because we had a Commodore 64 growing up.
Same. I mean,
and
everybody
sister,
at least touched one.
My sister actually mentioned it by name when we were at my niece's wedding, which I was like, "You remember that?" Like she was just talking about my dad, very much like me, being anti whatever was cool, and he getting like a Commodore 64 instead of an Atari or whatever, like that sort of thing. And I was just surprised that she knew the name of it, or remembered it. I guess she was older than me and she played it a lot more. But anyway, it was just
also,
weird to hear somebody else mention Commodore 64 at a family outing. That isn't me.
Well, I mean that was also known like outside of playing games. Like we had Commodore 64s at my school. Like
because it was like a computer too, right?
Yeah, it was a computer.
Yeah,
it was
because we could do you could do like whatever word processing shit with it or whatever you did way back then. I mean, it was pretty early.
It was a computer that had some like pretty badass games for the time, and I think in retrospect became more known as a games machine. It was like, oh, here's your family computer or whatever, but then the kid ultimately takes it over. I think that's kind of how it went.
I still look for evidence of Snack Man. Because I swear that exists, but I could not find any internet evidence of it. So we had a game called Snack Man that was exactly the same as Pac-Man, but it was called Snack Man on Commodore 64, and I always thought it was really funny that it was like pretty much the exact same game.
Probably what it should have been called when they brought it over. Like that makes a little bit more sense.
But I cannot find any evidence of it online. I swear that it was real. I saw it. It exists somewhere. But yeah, Snack Man. I couldn't find any evidence that it existed, but.
So the reason we're talking about this now is because there's the Commodore 64 Ultimate, which is modern re-release of the computer.
It's like a mini kind of, right? Like sort of like the minis. Full size. I mean, but kind of like the Super Nintendo Mini, like in that way. But
sure,
right?
Yeah. It's a re-release, except for it's full size and it has certain games already included with it, all that kind of stuff. But it's getting rave reviews. So IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. That was from Seth Macy, who's a big, antique computer guy. Then Time Extension gave it a 9 out of 10. And they called it the gold standard of retro computer revivals. So I'm interested in that. I'd like to give that a try.
Yeah,
I don't know how much it is, though.
I'm curious. I mean, it's probably at least 100 something, I would think.
Sure, yeah.
If not more, I don't know.
It would be cool to hook it up to like a little CRT and program some code.
Get the full retro experience, yeah.
Right.
My CRT actually did have a revival. I didn't mention it, but for Mike's show, we've been doing like these mini Star Wars episodes, and I suggested the last couple of games, and one of them was Battle for Naboo for Nintendo 64, and the only way I could play it properly is through the tube TV, and I just plugged it back in and turned it back on, and it actually worked fine, and the color was okay. So it lived long enough for me to play through like the 6 hours of Battle for Naboo. So my CRT, it lived again. I got it to work because I tried playing it on the HD TV and it looked like shit. So I had to get it on that thing. So
nice.
But then I unplugged it after that because it used to randomly turn on and off, and I don't think that's safe.
Very nice. Hey, we got a new game trial this week.
Yeah.
It's EA Sports Madden NFL 26.
I am going to play it because my favorite team is in the playoffs. I'm sure you've heard about it from plenty of people, but the Bears are in the fucking playoffs.
Oh, really?
That's awesome. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Nobody's mentioned it to you? Well, it's a pretty big deal here.
I could have probably gathered it. Yeah. Well, you are in Chicago.
Well, they got a new coach this season, and he really turned the team around. I'll talk about it more on our top 10 2025 things that are not Nintendo. But no, the Bears they've been great. What I say is, they used to play really good in the first quarter and then lose, and now they just play bad until the fourth quarter and win, is what they do now. But who cares? They're in the playoffs. But it would be cool if the Bears, almost every Madden that I've bought has been like when there was a change in the team. Like I bought the Madden when Cutler was in there, and I don't know if I got the one with Grossman when they went to the Super Bowl with the Colts and all that, but I have ones that are like historic times in the Bears history, and if they end up going to the Super Bowl, I may have to buy this Madden just because this is the season where the Bears did something. I mean, them winning like 12 games still blows my mind because they normally only win like 3. So, yeah, that's my Chicago Bears thing. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try Madden right after this. I already downloaded it. It should be available to play right now on the trial.
It's probably a gigantic file.
I deleted a couple things. I deleted my I had like a 50 gig download for Mortal Kombat 1, so I deleted that because I haven't played that game in a while. But I think it's around like 50 or 60 gigs, something like that. But it's worth it. I mean, I've always wanted to try it. I'm really bad at these games because I don't know all the plays, and there's so many different things to do. But I'm gonna give it an honest try.
Yeah, there's a lot I don't know about football. Mainly everything.
I was gonna say I'm interested. I'm interested in what you think of it because those Madden games are fucking. There's a lot.
It's a little obtuse, maybe.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to get into. That's why my favorite football game is Tecmo Bowl. Because there's only 4 moves. And that's it. 4 moves. 2 buttons. It's easy. You could figure it out. Anybody can figure it out. I love Tecmo Bowl on NES. It's wonderful. But yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try the football
updates.
Game. What?
I love Nintendo Music updates.
Yeah, it was cool that we got Fire Emblem on the Music app and on the GameCube app at the same day. On the same day.
They finally get the right idea.
That's how it should be like that every time. And Path of Radiance has a great soundtrack too. Like they got a lot of really good songs on there. And Brothership is on there. I remember there was one song that you liked from that soundtrack. You said you liked the Concord song or the Water song. Yeah, there was a song you said you liked from.
Did you play it on the show or something?
It was from a YouTube video. Well, I mean, I probably did it after you mentioned it, but you said there was a song you liked on the soundtrack.
I think there was like a lyrical song or something. Yeah, I thought it was kind of catchy.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It was from a trailer or something.
Yeah. We also got Wii Party, which is probably music that I don't like, but there it is.
Hey, funny thing about Wii Party, I bought it for like my my stepbrother, like Joe's kids, one of their kids. One year, I used to buy them gifts like when I would come to my mom's house for Christmas or whatever. And I bought them that Wii Party just like, I was like, oh, it's kind of a dumb game, but kids will get into it. They fucking love that game. Like, they played the crap out of Wii Party. Like, nice. It's really good. And I'll tell you this, Wii Party is much better than Wii Party U. Wii Party U is trash. So don't get that one. But Wii Party on Wii is actually pretty good.
Of Wii Party U. but
I have it. Well, I bought Wii Party U because it came with a free controller. So, actually, I didn't buy it. It came free with the purchase of Mario Kart 8 because they were giving away a free game with Mario Kart 8. And I had all the games already that they were offering for free. So I got Wii Party U so I could get a free controller with it.
Smart.
I think that was it. Or no, maybe it was Pikmin. I don't know. Anyway, I got it physical so I could get a free controller with it. But it's not very good. But Wii Party Wii is actually all right. So, I mean, the kids played the crap out of it. Like, that was like their favorite Wii game. I was so surprised. Made me feel cool. I'm like, oh yeah, you love that game that I got for you for like $10. You played the crap out of it.
All right, next bit of news. File this one under finally, but there is evidence through the ESRB ratings that the Disney Afternoon Collection is coming to Switch 1 and 2.
Yeah, right? Wasn't that released like 15 years ago or something? I feel like it was...
At least like 7 years
It's
ago.
been a while.
I mean, I think originally... I thought that Switch 1 didn't even exist when the collection originally came out for like PS.
That might be
4, I guess, whatever was out at that time.
2017. Okay, here's the date.
Yeah, so that was like when the Switch... that was when the Switch 1 was released.
Right. It was just a baby.
Yeah.
Capcom released it in 2017. And fans were disappointed that the package never came to the Switch, but it looks like that's finally being rectified.
Maybe.
Well, that's the rumor, but I mean, whatever. It's got
It's supported by because there was a filing on the SRB and it was rated. So, hey, that's it seems like a pretty sure thing. It says Atari is publishing, so maybe I don't know. I think like Atari buying Digital Eclipse seems to be kind of like a good thing so far. It seems like I think Atari is very slowly but surely righting the ship and doing some interesting good things. They still have that stupid hotel that they're doing, which they're fundraising for right now. They launched that website, but that's neither here nor there. Disney Afternoon. I will get this when it comes.
Yeah, and that was a Digital Eclipse game originally too. Well, I mean, they made the collection.
They did, yep.
So yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, sure, I'll probably get it. I mean,
On a
I
similar note,
played all these games, but DuckTales 1 is fun, and 2 is and 2 is a game that I played briefly for NintenDomain episode like 7 or something. We did one of our really, really early episodes. We did a DuckTales episode, and I played DuckTales 2 for the first time for that particular episode. So go back in time and listen to that.
So also on the ESRB, a rating for Pikmin 3 Deluxe on Switch 2 appeared. So I guess that's getting a Switch 2 edition.
Sure. Wait,
Wow.
Wait, Pikmin 2?
No, Pikmin
4?
3.
4? Wait, 3?
Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. It should be 4, because that's the one. Like, 3 was a Wii U game. Like, who cares about that game? Like, why would that get a Switch 2 game? That doesn't make sense. Or a Switch 2 edition.
Well, because there was Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch. Now it's getting a Switch 2 edition. Yeah.
But why? Like, you should do the
know.
Pikmin game that matters. There should be a Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition. Pikmin 3 was a Wii U game. The game to Switch. Like, it doesn't need to be on Switch 2. Like, it's already a generation behind. I don't know. I
They
mean,
did it with Donkey Kong Returns.
sure. Yeah, release it for $70. Pikmin 3, Switch 2, $70. Get it. That sounds like a Nintendo plan right there.
Some games announced. One that I'm interested in is called Akiba Lost, which is a full-scale live-action game, according to them. That's a quote, whatever that means. I take that to mean it's going to be an FMV game, and it's going to be a meaty one. They say it's got approximately 20 hours of gameplay to reach the ending, over 100,000 still images, and more than 20 hours of filmed footage. So it sounds like a pretty robust FMV game there. And it's from one of the major. Oh, it's from Nippon TV, one of Japan's leading broadcast networks. So that gives it some air of quality there. So yeah, I'm pretty interested. It's going to be coming out in September. This is announced pretty far in advance, September 17th.
Wow. Yeah, September feels like a long, long time away from now.
Yeah. I'll keep my eye on that one for sure. And then High on Life 2 got confirmed today for Switch 2.
Yes. I'm buying that on day one.
And wearing headphones.
Yes. And I'm going to stand in one place and let the gun yell at me for hours. It's going to be so much fun.
We're getting some DLC for a game that we're all interested in, but none of us actually have. Absolem. That's the beat 'em up game that has RPG elements.
Hey,
right.
all of you should watch Shake's top 5 games of the year. Absalom's on there, and I thought he did a pretty good job talking about it. That's like the only YouTube video I've watched in the last month, but it was worth it.
That's coming early 2026. Shake. So I guess I'm talking to Shake. Early 2026. That's coming, and it's going to be called Threads of Fate.
It made me even more interested in the game. I mean, it looks great anyway, but yeah, to see that he really likes it, that's cool.
We got some new trailers for, I'll just rapid fire through these. Mouse PI for Hire, Carmageddon Rogue Shift, Mario Tennis Fever, and The Eternal Life of Goldman. The last one you might not remember, but that was like that THQ beautifully animated 2D platformer game.
I did watch the Mario Tennis Fever trailer. I did watch that.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis.
Is that how you feel about the game, or is that just the trailer?
Mario Tennis is coming out on the same day as Yakuza Kiwami 3. there's no chance in hell I'm gonna play
Does
that game.
is there a baby Luigi in Yakuza?
I mean, there's a lot.
Baby Waluigi. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, there's a lot of orphans that you get to take care of at Kiryu's orphanage in,
That's cool, I
in
guess.
Okinawa, and there's an Animal Crossing style mini game that you can do with them. That's I think is very similar to the Infinite Wealth one. And you have a Segway that you can ride around Okinawa with. I'm just saying, I'm excited. Kiwami 3 is going to be great. But no, it's coming out on the same day as Kiwami 3, and it's more expensive. And I won't play it. If I get it, I won't play it. I mean, I watched the trailer, and yeah, some of it looks okay, but I think the new $70 mark is kind of making it harder for me to like jump onto something that I just want to get because it's a Nintendo or whatever. Like I would have loved to play Kirby Air Riders later, and I still kind of want to get it if I can find it on sale or something, but not $70. And I don't think I can do $70 for a tennis game. Like if it was Mario Golf, then yeah, but tennis, it's not really my thing.
And if you get the itch, Mario Tennis Aces is still right there. So
I have that game, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like that one very much. So,
how much can you really evolve tennis?
Well, I mean, Mario Tennis Aces was better than all the other ones in the past because there was new super moves and there was a story mode which was not in any of the other.
The whole
ones.
destroying the racket thing was kind of cool.
Yeah, destroying the rackets was cool too, and it kind of felt like a fighting game at times, just the way you like build up your combo meter and all that. But it was hard. It was really hard, and I wasn't very good at it. So I really wish they would do a demo like they did for Aces, like a global test fire thing. That'd be fun for Fever.
I'm sure they probably will.
I would play it if they did that. Well, I mean, we've seen no announcement of it yet. I mean, I guess we still got like a month till it comes out, so maybe so.
So Nintendo's ended production on the Mario Kart World Switch 2 bundle.
Yeah, I think that wasn't that like pre. Well, I guess it was in between. I thought it happened last year, right? Like at the end of the year. Or maybe that's where I thought I had read about it.
I think, but yeah. So this is
this was posted. Yeah, this was posted last year, December 22nd.
Yeah. So get it while you can, if you can. How about the new Joy-Con 2 colors? Are you interested in those? They're purple and green. Your favorite colors?
Yeah, but you'll never know that.
Yeah.
No one will know that. And what are they selling for? $150?
They're $100, yeah.
Oh, as I say, I thought they went up because all the stuff went up. I thought the Joy-Cons in themselves were at least 120 when they started.
I thought they started at 90 and then they went to 100. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, I'm not going to get them. I mean, I love purple and green, but I don't. I never see the colors from these Joy-Cons. So I mean, there's no reason to, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, I think that's working against Nintendo in this regard because
the hidden colors. Yeah,
right. You just barely see it on the edge of the control stick when it's hooked to the Switch. So it's pretty dumb. Like you could just get a little colored ring to put down there. You would think.
Yeah, you could probably for a lot cheaper too.
They should just sell skins, really, rather than reissuing these controllers with minimal color change.
There are third-party ones you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can.
Personally, I never got the new colored whatever. I always like the basic, whatever, the first edition.
Well, I had to because my other ones broke.
Right, I would have to buy new ones for that reason, and then that's when I would get the fun ones.
Yeah, I had to because of the the drift. Remember the old drift? That's why I got all my new Joy-Cons.
The best Joy-Cons I have are the Nintendo controller Joy-Cons.
Because the other ones fucking broke.
They're so fucking stupid.
yeah, because they don't drift. At least,
but they're great.
At least they won't drift.
Yeah, they won't drift.
Yeah, because they don't have analog sticks.
This one's big news. It's kind of video game related, tangentially, I guess, but we can all relate to this. After 40 years, Playmates Toys has lost the license for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What?
I didn't know that Playmates Toys even existed still.
Is it something they just have to rebid for every so often or something? Or
yeah, and I guess Viacom, which owns Ninja Turtles,
and everything else,
sent them the notice that they're not going to be re-upping their license. So that's it. Playmates was the ones who made Ninja Turtles action figures from the beginning, and now that's that for basically as long as mostly we've been alive. Yeah.
Oh man, I was going to start buying them again.
Yeah, I know you love those new animated ones where they all look stupid, like the new 2D ones.
So yeah, and that's nothing much to say on that, but it's just like, oh wow, end of an era. All right. Meanwhile, Nintendo is launching its My Mario product line in February.
Oh yeah, the whole AI conspiracy videos. I didn't watch any of them, but I saw that.
I didn't watch the videos, but I saw the weird fingers.
They were like, that thumb, that's an AI thumb.
Yeah, the thumb was like backward or something.
Yeah.
Which I guess someone said is probably a Photoshop mistake. Sure,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
And who was doing the Photoshop AI?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't care about any of those things. The Mario product line, the babies, the true Nintendo baby stuff is that.
I'm scared for little kids that will only know a time when there was AI. And they're gonna have their little tablets looking at AI shit, AI slop on their little tablets.
And they won't know what real things are. Well, eventually, I mean, it probably is to a point, but eventually we'll see AI stuff on news, and we won't even know what's real or not anymore.
Yep.
And it'll just be, and then everything will be over. And then Skynet will come kill us all.
We lost a couple of notable game people recently. This one happened actually back in September. I just learned about it, and it was someone that I admired their work, so I thought it was worth mentioning. But the composer of Gimmick, Masashi Kageyama, he passed away in September, which I found out through an episode of Retronauts, and I had to double check that. And look
the memoriam one or whatever. I listened to that one where they talked about a bunch of people that died. Yeah, I mentioned it off mic last week or off recording or whatever. That just that they talked about was Itagaki and like his last game was Devil's Third. Which I have that game. I like that game. I think that was a good game. But I don't know. Jeremy and I talked about it like not during the not recording when John kept disappearing into the nether realm because we had that fourth because you were on here twice.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of NetherRealm, are we almost done here? Because we're getting up there.
Just about. Time. Yep. Also, Vince Zampanella, who co-created Call of Duty, he died in a car crash, unfortunately, on the 21st of December. So he had a big influence on the gaming world, and rest in peace to him. And then finally, the Sega co-founder, Dave Rosen, certainly influenced all of us. He passed away.
I mean, like Sega of America co-founder?
Like Sega co-founder. Like Sega was my recollection of the story, it was founded by an American who was in Japan during wartime and all that. And I think he was either that guy or a partner of that guy, but co-founder.
Yeah, we watched a whole movie about it way back when. Remember we did a Patreon about it, like that one Console Wars movie or something.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I like that movie. So here it is from the article in Replay Magazine. Rosen, along with Marty Bromley, Ray Lemaire, Dick Dodderer, and several other American expatriates, they started the company as Service Games. Yep. So he was one of the co-founders, and he passed away, but lived a full life. So he was around a long time and did an amazing thing in co-creating Sega. So thank you for that. One last thing I want to mention. This is related to Sega too. The Video Game History Foundation recovered 144 previously undubbed Sega Genesis game ROMs from the mid-1990s, and this is all from the Sega Channel. So basically, they have resurrected the Sega Channel, and if you have a Raspberry Pi or a Mister, you can play an actual version of the Sega Channel as it was back in the day. I think that's amazing, because I always wanted to try the Sega Channel, and this is like almost got me thinking like, oh, maybe I could get a Raspberry Pi and actually try this out for myself. This would be like a fulfillment of a childhood dream to try the Sega Channel.
I mean, can't you just download an emulator and download the ROM and play it?
You can, but
Because
there's
it's out
also
there now.
like the interfaces. Like they have all the menu systems
Oh,
and
okay.
like
I was gonna
they
say
have
if
it
it's
set up just
if
as
it's
it
out there,
was.
there's probably a way to get it. You know, there's probably a pretty easy way to get it.
Well, I think like all those bits and pieces
Because the
were
Raspberry Pi is an emulator that's playing ROMs.
right. I think like all the bits and pieces were, some were there and some were missing, and certainly you could have all the games that were available in some form. But some of the games are actually exclusive to the Sega channel, and like some of the pieces of the menu, were gone. So this is like the most complete version of the Sega channel that you could have for the last 30 years. I would like to try that sometime.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll be a resolution of mine. Maybe I'll do that this year.
I'm just guessing. I bet you anything you can play it without a Raspberry Pi. I think you can do it if you just get an emulator on your system.
Yeah.
Or I don't think you have to necessarily buy. I mean, because Raspberry Pi is just an emulator that plays ROMs. It can be downloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
I don't think you need to buy a thing to play a ROM that's free. I think you can download.
No, it's just like there's certain ROMs that are Linux based that run on the Pi. That are
Okay.
they're made
yeah,
for it.
Yeah,
But it's just an emulator.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's probably ways around it.
Says a new Sega Channel revival brings back the 1990s service back to life on modern hardware with Mister and Raspberry Pi builds that faithfully recreate the original menus, characters, and rotating game library. Yep. So, yeah. Anyway,
There's probably a way around it. That's what I'm saying. Where you don't have to necessarily buy a Pi, or maybe you can download a Pi and eat it virtually.
I'm gonna go eat a pie right now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's our another not as long as last week's, but still long episode. 503.
We had some catching up to do.
We did. We did have a lot of catching up to do, and we did all those extra and the year in review and the resolution and the predictions and all that stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoyed all of that. And if you want to hear more of us, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. And for only $1, you can get many extra podcasts, like at least up to 80 plus on there for $1. Listen to them.
Woo.
And various other things. And go to youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast and watch the NintenDomain top 10 2025 games of the year, which is really just my top 10, but still watch it because it's fun to watch. And give me something for making it, please. Yeah. And you can find us on the internet. Just look up NintenDomain. We're on places like Blue Sky or whatever other places. You can find us on there. But we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jerry Mikowski.
John Nitter.
Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
Adios.